This your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live. I'm gonna get this intro started.
He say, basement, boxing talk. You know I'm a warrior, right? Fuck that, I'm a champion. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. I'm feeling cocky. I hit a thing to beat the ring, a boof up like I'm Rocky. ASAP. Any opponent think they can stop me. I stay strapped. But a chop tryna learn my moves so you can copy. You gotta give it your all. Gotta give it your all. When you're back against the wall. When you're back against the wall. When you the one people call. When you the one people call. To keep greatness involved. To keep greatness involved. Basement, boxer talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxer talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect.
This your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live. I hope everybody having a good weekend. Nice Saturday. I really don't know how the panel gonna be today. Been a busy week. And I know a lot of people got a lot of things going on. Weather kind of good today. But today we gonna talk boxing. We definitely gonna talk some boxing. Today we will be discussing Devin Haney and JoJo Diaz fight that's coming up tonight. We also gonna discuss the fight tomorrow. Tank versus Cruz. Pitbull Cruz. And then along with that too, we're gonna discuss last week's fight. Brenda Figueroa and Cool Boy Steph. And I also want to get a lot of people's opinion on the Lopez and Kambosa fight. So I'm gonna sit around and see if the guys jump in on the panel. If not, we gonna keep cooking like we do. Before we get started talking about tonight's fights, I'm gonna go on. We're gonna go back, and I guess we'll start with the Cool Boy Steph and Brandon Figueroa fight. To me, that was an exciting fight. Cool Boy Steph already made a name for itself in the 122 division. But I mean, with the fight against Figueroa, that was tremendous. He beat Figueroa in his own fight. And I say that to say this because when we had the Sean Porter and Earl Spence fight. I told a lot of people back then, yeah, Earl is gonna dominate Sean. Earl's gonna dominate Sean and beat him in his own fight. Okay, got the good brother Brandon in the building. What's good brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. I can't hear you now. You muted. Brad. I can't hear you. For some reason, we can't hear you. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm gonna call you ZL1. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I don't want to mess your name up. I appreciate you for coming in the chat. You said Steph fought the same way he fought Lee. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying he fought more of a Brandon Figueroa's fight and beat him in his own fight.
Hello?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Brandon?
Hello?
Brandon, can you hear me? We was able to hear you though. We was able to hear you, Brandon. Yeah, so that's all I was saying. That cool boy Steph went in there, fought Brandon Figueroa. He fought Brandon Figueroa's fight. All right, let's get Brandon in here. Yo,
I can hear you, but you sound like you're talking real slow. So
can you hear me?
I know it's something. So I'm thinking something on my end, maybe.
Ooh. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna leave and not come back. You stay right here. Is that better?
I know you said, is it better, but no.
Hold on. Cause I ain't making no noise on. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna leave and come back.
Let me try from a different device, maybe.
Yo, anybody in the audience, press 2 if you can hear me. If you can hear me, y'all can hear me. Anybody in the audience, press 2 if you can hear me. Put it in the comment. Press 2 if you hear me. Press 2 if you can hear me. Press 2 if you can hear me. Okay, yeah. So we good. We good. We good. Okay, yeah. So there we go. We back. We back. Brandon, you join back when you can. Join back. You should be. Everybody should be able to hear me loud and clear. Okay, there we go. You can hear me. Oh, Black Star Sports TV 2.0 in the building. What's good, my brother? He said salute. He be on in a minute. Okay, good brother. That's good. Okay, I was just making sure people can hear me. Brandon was saying he couldn't hear me. Brandon, come join the chat when you can, bro. I'm waiting on you. There you go. Yo. Yo. Brandon. 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 Yo, Brandon. Yo. Okay, yeah. I can't hear you though. I can't hear nothing you saying, Brandon, if you're talking.
Okay, I can. Like I said, I can still hear you. You just sound so. Everything just sounds so slow. That's the only thing. It sounds like you're talking really just slow.
It might be. I don't know. Hold on. How about that? Is that better? Maybe it might be his connection. Okay. I don't know. Do it sound like I'm slow? It's a two. Black Star, press two. If it do it sound like I'm slow? If it sound like I'm slow, press two. Press one. If I sound good, all right, cool. Press two. Anybody in the chat, please. I'm gonna take it as I sound all right. Okay, yeah, but here we go. Yeah, we talking about the Brandon Figueroa fight. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah, okay. He said it sound good. So it might have been something on Brandon's end. Brandon might have been something on your end. Okay, we was talking about the Brandon Figueroa fight and Cool Boy Steph. And the good brother Ricky Williams in the building. What's good, brother? I sent you a link too, man. You want to, you jump in anytime you want. Your brothers can jump in anytime you want, just let me know. But yeah, Cool Boy Steph and Brandon Figueroa. That was a great fight. Great fight, great fight, great fight. And what I was telling my guy in the comment earlier, ZL1, that Brandon Figueroa, I mean Cool Boy Steph, he went in there and fought Figueroa's fight. Cool Boy don't usually stay. Well, I mean, he fought, like you said, he fought Lee and he stayed in the pocket. But I thought that Cool Boy Steph was gonna box more, do a little more boxing than what he did. But he stayed in the pocket. His coach told him, stay in the middle of the ring. Fight this fight in the middle of the ring. Stay off the ropes. And he listened to his corner and he was able to get the victory. When Cool Boy was on the ropes, he was getting caught with some shots by Figueroa, and I could see it was upsetting. It was frustrating. It was frustrating Cool Boy, along with maybe Figueroa's reach too. That he couldn't get his timing down. But like you said, like his coach told him, man, keep your back off the ropes. Fight this fight in the middle of the ring. And when he fought his fight in the middle of the ring, he was able to do damage. He was able to fight Figueroa, give Figueroa one of the best fights that Figueroa have had. And he was able to come in there and walk away with the WBC belt. Okay. Yes, sir.
Still hear the same. It just sounds like you're just dragging. I don't know, bro. I thought maybe it might have been something on my end, and maybe it is. I just don't know. But I don't know. I know it's happened before, but we were able to figure out why I was hearing it like that. But it could be when you bring somebody else on or whatever, it might get better. So we might could try that maybe, and we can go from there and just see if we bring somebody else on if it sounds different.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was just sitting here talking about the Brandon Figueroa fighting Cool Boy stuff. Give me your thoughts on that fight last week? AK in the building. Let's Talk Sports, y'all, is in the building. What's good brother? What's good? Thank you. Say it sound clear. Okay, cool. I don't know why Brandon keep falling out. But yeah, man. I sent you a link too, bro. You want to jump in? Come on, jump on in. I'm right here. We right here. Show just started. We just right here talking shit, swallowing spit. And 122 division. Whoa. Cool. They better watch out. Cool boy Steph coming. He coming. He coming. He already got 2 of the belts already. He coming. Let's see who got them other belts at the 122. I want the people. Okay, that's cool. You jump on. That time you jump on, we was talking about this Lopez fight. Let's see. Okay, so we got to go against. Oh man, I don't even know how to pronounce dude's name. Marjaran Akamidi. We got to go off of him. yeah, we got to go off. Salute to my good brother PH, Big Dog in the building. What's good, bro? What's good? We already talking shit, swallow spit, talking about this boxing shit. So Cool Boy next fight needs to be Ranjan Akamadina. He has the IBF and the WBA belt to stop a Cool Boy from being unified. I'm looking over here. I'm just looking at the belts, and they got Leah Santa Cruz down as the WBA champion. How? When he lost the fight to Tank. I don't understand that. Sir Ken in the building. What's good, good brother? Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you for coming through. So for all those in the chat right now, what would you rank Cool Boy Steph performance against Brandon Figueroa that night, last Saturday night? What would you guys rank Cool Boy Steph performance last night? Talk to me, I talk back. Talk to me, I talk back. Me personally, I wouldn't say I would give him a 10 because he didn't get the stoppage. Okay, let's talk sports. Say how he said he gave him an 8. Yeah, I was gonna say 8.5, 9 myself. I was gonna say 8.5, 9 myself. That's cool. 8. With that being said, besides the unification fight with Cool Boy, who would you guys like to see? Oh, Black Star Sports said a 7.5. He gave Cool Boy Steph a 7.5. They gotta explain that one to me. He got to explain that to me. 7.5. Mr. Scott in the building. What's good, bro? He said I give him an 8. Okay, I can roll with the 8. I can roll with the 8 performance. Yes, sir. I can roll with 8. I can roll with 8. My man PGA Big Dog says a 9, but I might be biased. PA stand up. PA stand up. Cool Boy Steph. Salute to the victory that you had last week. I was saying an 8.5, 9 myself. I really love the way Cool Boy went in there and just handled his business. And he beat Figueroa in his own fight, man. It ain't nothing worse than just beating somebody in their own fight. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing worse than beating somebody in their own at their own fight. At their own fight. Just like when Sean Porter fought Earl Spence. Earl beat him in his own fight. He fought his fault. Everybody was like, well, Earl gonna come out and he gonna fight like he fought Mikey Garcia. Nah, he outboxed Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia said he seen something in Earl, and Earl proved it wasn't nothing he seen. It was illusion. It was illusion. So majority of the people, a lot of people in here, they giving Cool Boy Steph a 8. Black Star Sports TV. You might have to explain this 7.5 to me whenever you get in the building. If you show up, brother, you gonna have to explain the 7.5. At least everybody in the show comments has been putting 8 or better. And I don't think you too biased, PJ Big Dog. Hey, that was a performance, bro. That was a nice fight. That was a nice fight. Okay, we're gonna bring my good brother Brandon. Brandon, what's good, brother?
Yeah, I still have the same noise, man. It's like I can hear you, but you're just so slow. I don't know what it is with on my end, man.
I don't
Uh,
know. Everybody in the chat said I sounded all right.
something. It is something that my device or whatever is not allowing to work right. I don't know what it could be.
I don't know. But I hear you clear though. Everybody hear you clear. He just jumped out again. Yeah. So yeah. Salute to Cool Boy Steph. And I'm gonna see Cool Boy Steph go on and make this unification and then possibly move up to 126 and fight us some better competition. Make things a little bit rough around here. For those in the chat, then we gonna also talk about last week. We're gonna talk about the Lopez and Kambosa Jr. I give Kambosa shout outs for Kambosa, man. You came out there, you fought a hell of a fight, bro. And you did what a lot of people thought you wouldn't be able to do. Me personally, I didn't think that Kambosa would be able to withstand some of the heat that I thought Lopez was gonna bring to him. But hey, I'm wrong. I'm damn sure I'm damn wrong. I'm wrong. I was wrong. Kambosa was able to stand in there. He was in there to be able to stay in the middle of the ring and take Lopez's best shots. It didn't help. Also, that Lopez got dropped in the first round. But hey, he came out there slugging. And then I have a problem with every time a fighter comes out saying, I'm gonna get the fight over with in the first round. You coming out, you trying to predicting rounds, especially early round stoppages. I'm not a favor of, because these guys come out here and they over exhilarate themselves. They get the fight and leaving themselves open for shots, just like Lopez was last week. He left himself wide open, throwing a few crazy haymakers, left himself wide open, and pow, flash shot right down on the canvas. Pow, right on the canvas. And from that moment in the first round, because when the fights first started, Kambosa looked at kind of, I don't know if I'm not gonna say he was scared. Maybe he was just leery and not really knowing how hard Lopez punched or whatever. But it was like he was trying to fill him out. But when he was able to hit Lopez and drop Lopez, oh, that changed everything inside of Kambosa, man. That changed everything inside of him. And Kambosa was able to start controlling the fight. I think Lopez fought the fight morally fighting out of his heart instead of using his mind. Because I guess maybe from the long layover, The fight was supposed to happen months and months ago, and he said he wanted to come out and get this fight over with. But it didn't go that way. It didn't go that way. And it was like Lopez, he didn't make the proper adjustments. I didn't see the proper adjustments being made in this fight coming from Lopez's corner. Like his dad wasn't telling him, and we talked about this before on numerous shows. Like, man, I mean, me personally, I just think that maybe Lopez has outgrew his father. I mentioned that same thing with with Danny Garcia. Maybe these guys that just outgrew their fathers as training them. Maybe it's time to bring somebody else in to get the training. Cause for some reason his dad don't have the answers, bro. His pops don't have the answer. His pops did not have the answer. He it was nothing he was telling him. He could tell him to motherfucking to win the fight. Cambosa's corner, his corner was on it. They was on it. Lopez's corner, his pops was just telling me, man, you let him do you like this. You let him do you like that. Fuck him up. Ah, man, that's not working, bro. That's not working. And then also this too. Maybe it could be, okay, we got the good brother Black Star Sports TV. Yes, sir.
What's going on, my brother? What's going on?
What's good?
Man, yeah, that Teofimo, man. you know, that damn karma came back on his ass heavy.
Yes,
Came
sir.
back on his ass heavy. He talked all that smack. Had so much to say about Wilder and calling Wilder a bitch and all this about the way he handled what he felt like was an injustice. And then here he come out here. I mean, they delusional, man. They the whole time they been champ. That was like the worst thing that could have happened to him. If you look at him before he beat Lomachenko, he was a lot more humble. He had some cockiness, but he was more. There was an element of humbleness to him. But once he got that win right there, you could not tell him or his father absolutely nothing, and they went to their head major. And you can see it in their actions. We're the man now. We're the big dog. We're going to do it like this, and we're going to be this, and that's what they chose to do. So when you do that, now you got to accept the consequences, because there's always consequences for every action. And as he learned now, he had to pay them. But it's funny how now everybody wants to talk about, well, he had some illness and he could have died. No, man, I ain't buying none of that bum shit.
What was the illness? What is the illness?
Yeah, exactly. And then it come up a week or so later. They find out. Then they didn't know before. They didn't know during. Nothing like that. Man, there wasn't nothing wrong with that man. That man got his ass whooped, and he's got to deal with it.
I'm gonna tell you the only illness that I could possibly even see them saying is he might have over exhilarated himself going down to 135.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that though, but yeah,
it's no excuses when you got these titles on the line like that.
Yeah, for sure.
If it was way too, they had way too much time to make this fight. This fight had been pushed out 3 or 4 times.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, I believe Lopez took Cambosa over lightly, went in there predicting the first round knockout, and went in there and got stung.
Yeah, he did.
He got stunned. And then from there, it was just like Cambosa was like, man, well, look, I'm not scared of you.
Yeah. Yeah, because and Convulsive was ready because he made him wait so long. So the guy was pissed off, and then at the same time, like you say, that extra training, but that extra training helped Kambosos out to even more because it helped him stay hungry. He got more motivated because he got more pissed off at him. So he stayed on his P's and Q's. I think the first time when they were supposed to fight, wasn't he supposed to get married or something at that time? And him and his wife had to put it off or something like
Yep.
that happened. So he had all this going on. Your old lady pissed off. You sitting there every day. You mad because you supposed to have this opportunity. You didn't get it. Then they make you wait, and you staying hungry. You keeping yourself sharp. And the other guy over there running his mouth talking about, I'm gonna one round. Yeah, it's easy. I'm the man. Blah, blah, this and that and the third. It played out just like that in the ring. But I ain't offering him no excuse because, you're too young to be cocky like that. He ain't experienced enough. And this is the thing that I was saying with Lomachenko. If you notice, Kambosos didn't yield nothing to him. When Lomachenko fought him, Lomachenko was yielding everything. He gave him 7 damn rounds. I mean,
Exactly.
And what we had been discussing before, even before that fight, we was talking about how it was important for the experienced fighter to jump on the young buck. Jump on him and test him right off the top because this is his first time in the big lights. He ain't never been here before.
Exactly.
So is he nervous? Is he shaking? Is he doubting himself a little bit? I mean, it's got to be a little bit of that. It's your first time up there. You're not really sure if you're ready for that level or not. I mean, this is Lomachenko. This is the Matrix, right? He had all that. He had all the hype back in him, but he didn't use it. He should have went out there and took his temperature the first couple of rounds, stayed on him heavy, and see how he would have responded. But he sat back and allowed this young buck to get cocky. And then when he let that young buck get cocky and he believed that he belonged there, then he had problems. and that was the thing. Kambosos wasn't willing for none of that shit. Kambosos said, I'm coming in this ring today and I'm going to whoop your ass. And I don't give a damn about none of that shit you talking. And that's how you got to fight that guy. You can't fight a bully move stepping back and moving and running and trying to shy away from the violence. You got to get in the hot motherfucking kitchen. You got to stand in there. That's the only way you beat a bully like that. So, and then he stood in there, then he caught him, and then once he dropped him, shit, you couldn't tell Kambosos nothing no more after that.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna give Lopez his props though. I mean, he kept fighting, but it was just like,
yeah,
he didn't. It's like his punches ain't have enough umph on him.
Yeah. See, that's because Kambosos stayed in there. See, if he backed out, he could get the full range of his punch, but he can't when you stay in tight. See.
Exactly.
And then he got to throw it. He can't throw him 100% either because he got to worry about retaliation. He got to keep the phone up. He got to worry about what you bringing back because you in here. He can't just go out there willy-nilly and just swing. Lomachenko was moving away and stepping aside. So when he opened up and threw, with all his might, he ain't had to worry about no retaliation because Lomachenko was just trying to get away. So it made it easy for him to impose himself and to look good. And everybody gave him so much props for that and all that stuff. And then that's fine and dandy. But now you got to explain something else to me. This big bad dude that's supposed to be Teofimo Lopez. How in the hell do you take that L and walk out that ring without talking about a rematch?
Oh, guess what? It wasn't no rematch clause.
Exactly. What's going on with that with Top Rank? That's kind of weird too, ain't it?
Hey, so listen. That's another thing I wanted to bring up too. And those in the chat, let me know your opinion on this one too. Do you think some fighters should wait and be interviewed after the fight? Do you think they should be interviewed immediately after the fight, or do you think some of them should take some time off and before they get interviewed? Because we got brothers joining us. Okay, we got Brandon.
I can hear you. Okay, everything sounds normal now, man. What's going on?
What's good? And we got AK building too. What's good? Good brothers, both of you good brothers.
Salute.
Let Black Star finish that rhetoric he's throwing out there before I tap in.
AK, we pick up right where we left off on, bro.
Hey, that's how it is, baby. Go ahead, finish that nonsense you spilling.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm good, man. Go ahead, brother. You go on, jump in there.
Oh, okay. I just come straight in. Well, I mean, listen. The man lost. We're not gonna go back and forth about that. It looked like he was off from the get-go, and whether it's weight, whether he was sick, whatever it may be, It resulted in the result. He didn't get it done. I almost believe by looking at that fight, he might be better off just going on up to 140 and say, forget the rematch with Kambosos.
Respect.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that point, but my thing is when you talk that much trash,
Right.
you can't leave that finish like that.
Okay. We doing that. Who don't talk trash? Come on, man. This is what we doing, man. All fighters talk trash.
Okay. He pulled the ultimate, man.
What did he
Talking
pull?
about he won 10-2. He said he won 10-2, bro.
All right. You got that off. That was a little.
You guys are talking about Teofimo Lopez?
Yeah.
Yes.
We talking about Lopez.
Okay. Well, here's my only thing that I'll say about like this. He talked. Well, he not just him. His dad talked trash about Top Rank, Matchroom. Don't forget. Remember, he said that Wilder was crying like a bitch when he lost. Remember that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there's a difference in trash talk, and there's a difference in commenting on another fighter's reaction. So to me, it's one of those things where Teofimo Lopez is giving everybody a reason to not want to go the extra mile to give him anything, because it does not seem as if though he actually appreciates anything.
Exactly. Because he even went to the stand and they blamed Eddie Hearn.
What they say about Eddie Hearn?
He basically said Eddie Hearn basically fixed the fight for him to lose.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a good argument.
That's a good argument.
Yep.
Speak that.
How is it a good argument?
That.
Let me ask you a question. You look at this fight as a whole, right? The whole fight as a whole. It wasn't a wipeout. It wasn't a blowout. It was a close, contested fight that you could give to Kambosos. But let's say that fight he never left Top Rank, or if he never did what he did with Triller. Do you think them scorecards would have still went to Kambosos? Let's be real.
Well, I mean, if it's the same fight, yeah. If you're fighting the exact same fight, regardless of the promoter, you lost that fight. No one's arguing.
Brandon, we've seen worse robberies than
okay, so now this is a robbery. So
no.
But hold on, that's the question.
We've seen worse.
But
we've seen worse.
So let me ask you a question. So you think Matchroom set him up to lose this bout?
No. I don't believe that. I mean, I believe Kambosos won the fight. The right person got the victory. But what I'm saying is we've seen fights where the house man comes close in the same type of fight and they still give it to the house man. We've seen it before.
Yeah, but neither one's a house man. Neither one of these guys are Matchroom fighters.
Exactly. That's the point he's making.
Yeah. So how does Eddie Hearn screwing him over benefit Eddie Hearn? Because neither one of these guys are going to fight on the zone or Matchroom in the future.
Listen, you see how? Listen, did you see how Eddie Hearn is draped all over? Kambosos, baby. And see how quick.
But that's not the question. The question is, what does Eddie Hearn benefit by screwing over Teofimo Lopez?
Because it's easier to make. If Devin Haney or JoJo win tonight, it's easier to get them in the ring with Kambosos than anything else. He still wins.
Okay, so he wins by having the B-side guy because Kambosos isn't the major draw. He might have 2 of the belts.
Don't matter.
Don't
matter. So, we could go over Australia and sell a stadium out. Doesn't matter.
So let me ask you this question then. So you don't think that Matchroom set Teofimo up? You think Kambosos won?
No. I'm giving you the opposite side to why Teofimo would say what he said. I don't believe that. No.
But
no, he lost.
But
the man lost.
But see, here's the problem I have with Teofimo. He accused Top Rank of trying to screw him over. He says Triller tried to screw him over. So now Matchroom is trying to screw him over. Every promoter and everybody is the reason for whatever doesn't go right for you. And what Teofimo needs to realize is that, look, you have a manager, you have trainers, you are a grown man. You cannot blame every other person in boxing for whatever happens to you because it hurts boxing.
Teofimo messed Triller all the way up.
No, I don't blame Teofimo for that. That was Triller. Triller has never shown that they should have been able to promote a fight of that magnitude.
Why not?
Regardless, because they never promoted a professional championship bout before. That's not.
They won the purse bid.
Yeah, they had the money, which they never got a chance to spend. So they put down they made the biggest claim, and they had.
What did they do wrong? Tell me what Triller did wrong in this fight.
Here's what Triller did wrong. Triller they first overpaid for a fight.
Okay,
they said they overpaid, so that's the first thing. The second thing is you should have never moved off of your original date because of Floyd Mayweather. Okay, you did it. Now Teofimo gets COVID. Okay, now you're gonna move it again. Now you want to move it to Australia. Well, now you're gonna move it to Madison Square Garden, but then you cancel it after people bought tickets. You had to make a decision and go with it.
That's not Triller though. That's not Triller. All that's not on Triller.
No, that's what Triller did. Triller's the one who scheduled those fights.
Did they make the man have COVID? Did they make the man have COVID?
No, but they the ones who kept changing the schedule. Other than COVID, they changed the schedule for every single fight. They wanted to go to Brooklyn. They wanted to go to Manhattan. That's what Triller did.
They legit tried. They tried to accommodate.
And then they tried to go to Australia. So you can't do that. You can't say I have a fight I have to put the money up, and then pick 4 locations and keep changing the schedule.
Listen,
you can't do that.
Brandon. If you listen to what you're saying, right, and the information you putting out, it's clear that what Triller was trying to do was accommodate what the fighters was telling them they wanted. That's what it sounded like to me. You know what I mean?
But that's the problem. Okay, if I'm putting up the money, I can say, look, I can give you certain things, but I cannot try to accommodate your every whim. I'm the one putting the money up. If I'm paying you and Basement Boxing to fight, I'm gonna say, look, you gotta tell me what you might need to fight, but I'm not gonna be going back and forth changing stuff, because all you're doing is losing me money. Because every time I gotta put down a fee to book a building and lose that money because of this, I'm losing money. So Triller made the biggest mistake of trying to do something they never done before.
But you also got to remember, this wasn't their main event. This was the undercard. Not the main event.
Exactly. So think about it, right? You're doing all of this for a fight that's not even your original main event. Your main event was going to be Oscar or was going to be a vendor. I don't know, but this wasn't even your main event. So now you're losing all this money on a show that technically is the undercard starting out. It became the main event because the main event fell through. Oscar fell out, and whatever happened with the other guy, whatever, the Kevin McBride and Evander Holyfield. So you're actually putting all this effort and money and time into something that originally you knew you didn't want to be the main event for your show.
But here's the thing, though. Triller is still moving now. They keeping the ball rolling. They still doing stuff with MMA and former boxers. They still rolling. It's just this right here is a stumbling block for them to get back into real fights. They still doing their thing on the opposite side with the celebrity fight. They still rolling. They just had a pay-per-view card last week.
I heard they had something. But
yeah, Shannon Briggs, Rampage, and all them was on there. The guy that got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, he fought on there. Yeah, there's some people in that joint.
Yeah. So, I mean, what Triller should do is stick to celebrity boxing, leave the real stuff out of it, because it requires you to know what you're doing. It requires relationships. It requires you to actually say, look, I have to give a damn. I have to know what I'm doing, because as they just showed, they don't know what they're doing. They don't really know how boxing works, because, I mean, what was it? Wasn't it the guy the Kavanaugh guy that talked noise about Floyd and PBC? And it's like, okay, you're throwing shots at guys that have a roster full of fighters, and you guys don't really have any fighters. You shouldn't do that.
Talking about Triller?
Yeah, remember?
They cool. They cool with Al. They cool with Al.
But you remember? It's Floyd they had a problem with. They said that Floyd, nobody wants to watch you wrestle with a YouTube star, and that fight was boring and this and that. And then when the second Floyd said, "I want to fight the Sunday after you guys," Triller said, "Oh, let's move the date." That's how much power you don't have. When a guy can have a fight on a Sunday, and you have to now move yours because of that.
Brandon, that's Floyd.
Doesn't matter.
That's Floyd.
They're the one who said Floyd.
You said a guy though. You said that guy like that guy was just somebody. That's Floyd.
You're right. It is
that's
Floyd.
Floyd.
No, you're right. It is Floyd, but they're the one that poked the bear by saying, "Oh,
you're right.
Floyd,
you're right." But
blah blah.
But the way you said it, that some guy, man, that's Floyd Mayweather, man.
Okay, yeah, man, you're right. It's not just a guy. It's still the biggest name in American boxing.
Exactly. He do what he want to do.
Yes, but the thing is, I think Floyd picked that. I think Floyd picked Florida on a Sunday to show them, don't keep my name out your mouth.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But going forward to your female, man, like I said, I think he should just leave Kambosos alone. I don't see that being a good. I wouldn't even do it. Go it up to 140. Try your hands. Now, today I had a debate just a few minutes ago with Zab Judah and them. They say they think Teofimo should fight Josh Taylor right now.
No.
That ain't gonna happen.
Hell yeah, I would do it right now. I mean, this is the best time to do it.
Why?
Because right now, well, think about it. He just won the belt. So we can say right now, he's at the highest level he's ever been in his career. This is his peak right here.
Who?
So
Josh Taylor.
Not Josh. This is Josh Taylor and Kambosos. This is their highest point of their careers right now, as of today. Okay, they both have belts.
No. They're talking about Teofimo fighting Josh Taylor right now, not Kambosos.
No. Teofimo, if anybody should fight Regis Prograis, or he should show that, look, I deserve to fight Josh Taylor. Don't just say I want to fight Josh Taylor. Go fight Regis. Go fight somebody to make us say you need to be fighting Josh.
Yeah, I like
Taylor.
that Regis Prograis fight. I think that's a good matchup. I like
Hey, Basement, your man back.
Yeah, I see. Troy. What's good, Troy?
Hey, what's up, Troy?
Yo, yeah. There you go. There you go.
Good, Troy.
Bring the politician in here, man. Bring the politician in.
Because Troy, I gotta ask you a question about. I think there was a fight you watched in Baltimore. I'm gonna ask you about that guy you posted on Facebook. It looks like he might have some talent.
Well, I ain't even see Troy had a Facebook.
Troy, we gonna bring you back to the chat, bro.
Put him in there. Put him on here. Bring him up.
Yeah, Troy. Yeah, Troy knows his stuff in boxing. He over the East Coast. He knows his stuff.
Don't start that stuff.
Yeah, man. But I don't see why Josh Taylor would want to fight Teofimo. There's nothing in it for him, really.
Are you crazy?
What's in it for him?
A payday.
I mean, he'll get a payday regardless.
Yeah, but he's the only one that got something to lose.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What's Teofimo offering? What can Teofimo offer him?
Stop that, bro. First of all, listen. Just because Teofimo lost the fight, he fought to the end. It was a fight that we all love watching. He definitely did not lose his fans that night. People will still pay to see that fight. I would want Teofimo to get a tune-up fight first, but people will pay to see him fight Josh. You tripping?
Why would I fight him when I can fight Bud Crawford?
Yeah, Josh Taylor.
He's not getting no Bud Crawford fight. That fight not gonna happen. But ain't fighting no Josh Taylor.
He got a better shot than Earl do.
Yeah, I mean, why don't we make this argument? Why don't we make this argument? Why doesn't Kambosos fight Taylor? Because Kambosos is the champion now.
Because Kambosos want to stay at 135 and fight Devin Haney and them guys.
But what I'm saying is that if anybody deserves a shot at Josh Taylor, Teofimo is not the first, second, or third in line. I mean,
I agree.
Josh Taylor Josh Taylor could fight.
Who?
Tank Day. I mean, I'm not saying that's it. Happen.
You can't say no other name other than Tank. You can't say no other name other than Tank.
Who for Josh Taylor?
You can't say no other name other than Tank.
I mean, Josh Taylor could rematch with Regis.
He's not. Regis is not getting the shot. Let's talk about fight that can really.
Why not though?
The Terrence Crawford. Because Terrence Crawford could happen in Scotland. They'll pay. The UK
He's
will
not
that money.
fighting. Listen. Terrence Crawford is not fighting Josh Taylor.
So, but then the question is not who's going to fight. We're saying what better options are there. Teofimo is not a good option. Josh, because here's what happens. Josh Taylor fight Teofimo, and let's say he beats Teofimo. The first thing is, okay, you beat the guy who got beat by a guy we didn't really know existed in George Kambosos. So it's not going to help Josh Taylor at all.
Well, Josh Taylor is the undisputed champion at 140.
Well,
right now, go ahead.
Now, excuse me, AK. I didn't mean to jump on, cut you, man, but like you were saying about the fact that Teofimo got fans and it'll make money, and you got a point there. But if you're saying that, you got to also consider this. What about Gervonta Davis?
That's if they're gonna put Tank in there with Josh.
Yeah. See, I mean, they've been rumoring it, but we don't know. But those are the options, though. I think that's a better.
That's what I'm saying. Other than Tank, there is no. I mean, listen, Regis is a good fight. It's a lot of fighters up there that's good fights. Regis, Montana Love, Vargas Jr. It's a lot of good name fights up there, but the fights that will make him the biggest money is Tank and Teofimo. You can cut that out now.
Yeah, true. But
Well,
I think it's the same.
I wouldn't say
Go ahead.
that. I wouldn't say because here's what I would say. Because right now, if I'm Josh Taylor, okay, you got Regis, you got Tank Davis, you got the guy who just beat, you could say almost a Hall of Famer in what's his name in Mikey Garcia. The Zone would pay for that. That Sandor Martin who upset Mikey Garcia, the Zone would pay for that. I mean, you could go fight Mario Barrios and probably make more money because
more than Teofimo Lopez.
But because here's the thing with Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez isn't going to take challenger money. So why would Josh Taylor say, "Let me give you the money"?
He wouldn't have to.
Want?
He wouldn't have to.
Why wouldn't he?
He wouldn't have to. It's an
not?
In-house fight. It's an in-house fight.
And Teofimo Lopez has a deal with Top Rank where he has to get paid a certain amount. So why would Josh Taylor say, why would I let you make a certain amount and I make a certain amount? Because this is prize fighting. So if I'm Josh Taylor manager, I'm saying it right now. He's the one with the belts. If Teo wants this fight, we're not giving him this minimum that he's used to. Period. And if you don't like it,
why would you even worry about that though?
Because here's the thing: there's only a certain amount of purse money. I'm trying to maximize as much money as I can for Josh Taylor because he's 30. He's not 24, 25. I'm trying to make sure I can get him as much money right now because he can get injured and have to be forced to quit 2 years from now. I mean, look at Spence. If Spence had not secured the bag and saved the money with these car injuries and his eye injuries, he would be living off his savings that he may not have 10 years from now. I would tell my guy, we're going for the biggest money that we can make right now while you're at your peak.
Outside of Tank, Teofimo is going to put butts in the seats. We frying the chicken for that fight. We are.
Hey, but you know what? I want to say this too, and I think it's interesting that Brandon said what he said, and I think a lot of people sleeping on it. When he said Mario Barrios, like a lot of people.
He just lost.
Yeah, that's okay, but he lost to Tank.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, this is a guy who's big in San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas.
Who?
Mario Barrios.
Yeah, Barrios is big here in Texas.
He's not bigger than Teofimo Lopez.
In Texas, it's different.
It's not global. I got to dispute that because he also has the Mexican fan base, which Teofimo is trying to get.
Listen, man, Teofimo is a star. That fight did not diminish his star. He lost, but he did not diminish his star power.
Okay, here's what I'll say. If you don't think it diminishes star power,
no,
that's fine. But if you're trying to secure the bag, Teofimo has not shown that he is a huge moneymaker above a lot of other fighters.
Exactly.
He has not shown that.
Check this out. Here's the thing.
How many people watched that fight?
A lot. But here's the thing. I bet you this. They had more viewers than Crawford and Porter.
No, we not talking about Crawford and Porter.
No, I mean, pay-per-view buys viewers because I know 30,000 people bootlegged the Porter Crawford fight.
But bootleg kills everybody's pay-per-view.
So it's a little bit different to say how many people actually watched it versus how many people
Facts. I'll give you that.
To watch.
Facts. You got that.
So my thing is this, and this is my only thing with Teofimo Lopez. He hasn't shown you that he is a big star. He might be known, he might be fun to watch, but he hasn't said, look, I've shown to you that I make a certain amount of money when it comes to my fights. He has not shown that yet. And the problem now is that since he really he never got a chance to defend successfully his belt since he beat Lomo, he's going to have to figure out how is he going to build that brand again. Because
he don't matter if he built his brand. His brand is built. His brand is built.
Yeah, but remember, he hasn't built a brand of being a defending champion yet because he never successfully defended a title. So right now, he's sitting there saying, well, look, I might be a name.
He is a name.
But he's a name. But he can't say, look, when I'm the A side and I'm defending my belt against this guy, I sell X amount of tickets when it comes to New York. I sell X amount of tickets when it comes to LA when I defend my title because he hasn't done it yet.
Well, he didn't have an opportunity against Lomachenko because it was COVID. But the thing is, one second. He didn't have an opportunity against Lomachenko because of COVID. This fight right here, he was fighting a guy that a lot of people didn't really know. But now we're talking about an undisputed champion that the whole world know going against a former undisputed champion that the whole world know. It's a whole different climate. You can't use nothing he did before that to even to think about building this fight.
But here's the thing though. Josh Taylor can say, look, you know how many people watch a fight when I defend my belt. We don't know about T.O. because he lost. His first defense, he lost. We can now you're right. COVID played a part in it.
Right.
We can't say because of COVID, we have to assume that you're this big of a star because we don't know. I mean, if you're putting up the money, you're going to say, well, look, what do we know you bring in? We know you bring in, I don't know, $10. We'll say $10. We know that much. Now, I can assume that you're going to bring in 12 or 13 on the next fight because you don't have a belt. You're fighting the guy with the belt. I know what he brings in. I don't know what you bring in. Now, with Barrios, if they did Barrios fight in San Antonio and you sell that fight out to every Mexican neighborhood within 200 miles.
Is Bob Arum going to do that with a PBC fighter? Is Bob Arum going to do that with a PBC fighter?
I mean, he did it with Crawford. I don't think he cares. I think he cares about making the money. If he'll make the money, he don't care because he did it with Crawford. He's done it with Wilder and Fury. He'll do it. He just
That's because of Frank Warren. That's because of Frank Warren. I just think Teofimo should get a tune-up in between, but I don't see nothing wrong with that fight happening, and I think Josh will do it.
Well, I don't have a problem with the fight, but I think T.O. needs to fight. He needs to fight a 140-pound fighter before he goes for Taylor.
Hey, the funny thing, think about this now. Now, while we got everybody up here, now think about this. At 140, let's not act like 140 is just a walk in the park. It's some sharks in that water up there.
Exactly.
It's some sharks. He might not make it to Josh Taylor if he tried that route.
But I think that's why he wants Josh Taylor so fast. Because
yes, exactly. You're right.
And I think that's why. But also, I think.
And I think that's why Bob would do it.
Well, I think Bob would do whatever's going to be in-house and make money.
That's an in-house fight that makes money.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have a problem. Now, here's the thing. I wouldn't have a problem if Josh Taylor said, I'm going to fight Teofimo. But now I would have a problem. My problem would be if Teofimo says, oh, I'm going to go up to 140, and maybe he can't get Josh Taylor the very next fight. And instead of him fighting or calling out or trying to fight a Zepeda or Ramirez or what's that up-and-coming guy, Barboza from California? Yeah, I think his name is Anthony Barboza from California. If he's not going to try to get up there and make a name for himself and get himself in line, I would have a problem with that because I think you should do that kind of thing if you want a shot at the crown.
It's a lot of dogs up there. The question would be, would Bob be willing to let him go through the gauntlet or go against one of them two dogs that's on the other side of these streets? You know what I mean? You got Montana Love on the zone. You got Gary Antoine Russell on PBC. Is you going to go that route or you going to go to Josh? That's the question.
He's not fighting Russell. Russell,
we know.
He will lose to Russell. So
we know.
He's not going to fight Montana Love.
We know.
Yeah, so I don't know. So here's the thing about Montana Love. Everybody knows Ohio has some of the best boxers, and Montana Love's a southpaw. He's not going for Montana Love. If he's going to go for Montana Love, he might as well fight Boots.
Boots at 147.
No, I'm just making a point. Like, look, if you're going to go for Montana Love, you better be ready 100% because Montana Love will hurt you in the ring. What he did to Ivan Baranak I was like, holy shit. I mean, I won't cuss, but I was like, this is ridiculous.
You talking about the last fight? The last fight?
Yeah. I don't know if y'all saw that last fight. I was like, this dude here is nothing to play around with.
Man, I'm ready for my boy Troy to get a bit on this, man. Where you at, Troy?
Yeah. What's up, Troy? We let you back on the spot.
Troy must have got a sandwich, man. That's all. He got to get ready for this.
No, I was talking to my son.
What's going on, my brother?
I'm right here.
We hear
I was talking to my son.
We heard you.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, listen, the reason I asked, because I really, I'm really not the confrontational type, but last week, I don't run from it either. The man kept cutting me off, and then as soon as I started talking, I'm a nigga, I'm this and I'm that. and all of that. I don't, I hate confrontation. I really don't get along. I don't do it well, but you ain't gonna be so disrespectful to me. Then as soon as I open my mouth, you cut me right off. I mean, he must have had a problem with me coming in. I didn't even know who he was.
I got a problem with what you're doing right now. Let's get it on.
Well, that's fine, man. Shave first, and then we can have a
Shave
conversation.
first? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, nah, I'm playing with you, but
My.
that's basically why I asked Basement, because you basically kicked me out, and for what I don't know. I was giving him the pushback that he was giving me.
Man, cause I just didn't feel like I was arguing, beefing over on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
I got you. I don't like it either. I didn't like it either, but I'm just letting you know I didn't set it off, did I? You can't say I did when I didn't. I simply said I didn't get a chance to talk. I kept getting cut off.
No,
and he blew up.
Trying to bring you back in, you was gone though, bro.
Of course I was gone because I'm a proud man.
Both of y'all to calm the fuck down. Let's have a decent show, and I was gonna bring you back in, but you was gone, bro.
Okay, listen. I don't know you. I don't have an issue with you at all, and I'm never the type to run around and talk negative about people unless I'm just feeling petty, and I'm not feeling petty. But like I said, that whole thing just rubbed me the wrong way, so I left and I just read some books. I'm back now. Then I've been
all right. Now you're back on the show. Let's kick it.
Let's go.
Somebody had real quick. Somebody had a question about somebody had a question about Muhammad, who fought last night. He's out of a boxing gym in Baltimore called Umar Boxing that was founded by the great champion maker Marvin McDowell. He's in the Boxing Hall of Fame in Baltimore. He's a champion maker, and you're going to be seeing a whole lot more of Mr. Mr. Young Muhammad, and you're going to see a whole lot more of Marvin McDowell. Just to give you a little history of who Marvin McDowell is, look no further than Franchon Cruz. He's the one who built her from scratch, and then she went to the Headbangers.
Okay,
that's actually his first champion, but she's with Headbangers.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So she left Headbangers.
I don't know where she. Oh yeah, that's right. Golden Boy now. That's right. Yeah, she's with Golden Boy. That's my mistake now, but that was his baby since she was about 14 or 15.
Y'all know we don't talk about the ladies that much, man. It's a lot of good female fights out there too, man.
And that's the problem. They don't get enough love or respect. There's a ton of them out there. You got one named Melissa Odessa Parker, 115, 118 pounder. She just won a title, is an IBO title, and now she's in MMA. So she's doing both. She got a black belt, and she been killing it over in MMA.
Is she a little short? Is she like the 100 and like she's like 5'3"? She's real small. Is that her?
I don't know. She got some size on her. She's Puerto Rican. She's from New York, and I interviewed her once, and I want to get her back on. But she's chilling right now. But yeah. She's definitely. I call her Job. You just have to hear her story. Right. She's incredible, man. So yeah, but also there's another one from out of good gracious, the same place that Andre is from. Abubu. Where's he from again? Yeah, he's up there. What? Oh, she's gonna kill me. Yeah, because I'm supposed to interview her in March. What? Oh my God.
Are you talking about
Kaylee? Oh my God, she's gonna kill me. Kaylee, somebody. She's a 2-division champion.
I know
she's a 2-division champion, man. And she's no joke neither. She's out here doing a lot of things. So
right now, Carissa Shields and Katie Taylor are the two big, and Amanda Serrano are the big dogs out there right now.
Right.
Jessica McCaskill got a fight coming up. Alicia Baumgartner just scored a big knockout in the fight that she was in. Another girl that we talk to on Instagram all the time, Jamie Mitchell, she beat the girl and got a belt too. So it's a lot going on. But she said, well, Carissa fighting soon. All I'm saying for Carissa, after this fight she fight, if you're not fighting Raquel Miller or Savannah Marshall, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, well, does she have control? Kelly Reese. Kelly Reese is her name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Kelly Reese from Rhode Island. That's what she. Yeah. Now she don't have control over that, man. Hopefully those fights can get made.
She just signed a
Because
big deal with Sky Sports.
okay. Well, she don't control Sky Sports. She just got herself a good deal.
Yeah,
Because I
but
definitely want to see like a big female card, man, and all that stuff. Because they just don't get the respect that they deserve, and they should get it. They should. I mean, without
if they'd have chilled, if they'd have chilled and let that situation with Clarissa and Layla manifest itself, and everybody just chilled, they could have had that.
No. Boxing. Listen, I'm 50. I've been watching female box since I was in my teens, and I had the attitude like females shouldn't box, and then I got wise, and I'm like, these no, they're just as good as the men, even better sometimes, because it's funny how the men do all the talking and have all the drama now, and the females getting there to take care of business, right?
No. My thing with the Layla Ali thing was this: when they had when she had Layla's attention, right?
Okay.
When she had Layla's attention, all she had to do was chill and let the public make the fight. She had Layla's attention. You know what I mean? But all the shenanigans going back and forth, Layla just said,
She
forget it.
talked her way up out of that.
When's the last time the public made a fight? When's the last time the public made a fight?
No. You pay attention to
I
what
know
Layla
what
did.
you're saying.
Layla
did help make that fight, but
what Layla did was this. Layla was being invited to all the big shows. They was putting her on the Breakfast Club. They was putting her on First Take. And Layla was talking about the fight, and the public was buying in. See what I'm saying? And Layla was on all over TV at the time. So everywhere Layla went, cameras was in her face. What about Carissa? All Carissa had to do was say, the price that Layla put out there, we're gonna try to get that. Let's make the fight, and left it alone. But they went on this whole public tirade, tearing Layla down. Layla just walked away.
What about?
She don't need it.
No, listen. That's actually not factually true. Layla was on a reality show for her cooking, and that's why she was going around doing all the advertising. And they asked her, hold on, man. They asked her on the Breakfast Club, does she see anybody out here currently that could take her? And she was like, no. And then they asked her about Shields, and she was like, who? And that's when the drama started. So she was down here pushing the fight. She was just asked a question. She answered, and she was like, who?
We talking about after Carissa called her out.
Carissa didn't call her out. She got offended.
Talking about she gonna whoop her. What are you talking about?
That was after the fact that she called. She was like, who? I don't think she on the same level as me. And that's after the fact.
So listen, right before the Tyson Fury Wilder 2 fight, they called Layla Ali on ESPN First Take, and they asked her directly about Clarissa Shields.
I only do that because we're getting feedback a little bit, Troy. So.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when everything got spicy. And then on that same show, Layla put a price out there. She said, I want 5 to 10 million and give me X amount of time to get ready. Let's do it. All she had to do was let the fight manifest itself. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that fight wasn't gonna happen. I mean, Layla hasn't fought in like 15 years.
We know that part.
So it wasn't gonna happen maybe happen as an exhibition, but it wouldn't happen as a sanctioned fight.
They'd found a brother. They'd found a way to get that thing up.
When you talk, unmute yourself. That's all.
No. I mean, women don't get enough. They don't get any type of push. They wouldn't have. I mean, the only way that fight would have happened, and I don't think it would have happened ever, is they would have had to give Layla enough time to pass the advanced physicals, which I don't know too many people who pass the physicals over 40 who hasn't fought in 4 years. Brother, it's really hard.
Now, one thing for sure, two things for sure. We all know Layla was not going to be in fight shape enough to beat her, but she's in shape. She was cut up. Straight up and down, ready to go. And then I know we all seen the videos she was putting out there when she had them 14-ounce gloves on. Layla, I don't think Layla could have won. No, but Layla was in shape. Yes. She cut up.
What's the weight difference? Yeah, because Layla fought at a heavier weight. So what's the weight difference?
Yeah, it's about. I mean, Layla would
have been. She'd been at a disadvantage all the way around.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why.
No. She has a bigger name, so how's she gonna be at a disadvantage?
I'm talking about in terms of her getting down to the weight she need to make for the fight to happen.
Yeah, well, that fight was never gonna happen, and I saw it when she asked for 10 million, 5 million, whatever the case may be. Yeah, that fight's never gonna happen.
She's a celebrity.
That's a lot of money.
Listen. Even when she was in her prime, and she was off, Ann Wolf was offered her like close to $2 million to fight. She turned it down. So now she want to come back out.
She the dust of Ann Wolf, man.
Are you out your mind?
Are
No.
you out yours?
Yes. Most of the time, man. But Ann Wolf would have took her. Why do you think she never fought Ann Wolf?
It's a two sides to that story.
I know. I know Ann Wolf's side, but why didn't you think? Why don't you think that Layla didn't fight Ann Wolf? Why?
Well, you can ask a promoter like Basement. You know who Lala's old promoter is, right?
You know they trained in the same gym at some points, right?
What? What you saying, Brandon?
No, because I was talking to Basement because Layla's former promoter is Yaya McClain. He been on Clubhouse sometimes with us. I mean, we could ask him because he used to be a promoter.
Right.
He was a promoter for
Yaya McClain. Okay. Let me see if I get him and Ann Wolf at the same time.
Yeah, Yaya's he's in Atlanta now. I think he's announcing. We talked a couple of weeks ago. We'll probably talk tonight on the Clubhouse thing. But I mean, we could talk to him and ask him because my understanding is this: that's a lot of money to put up. And for women boxing for 2-minute rounds, it would be so hard. I mean, that would be a financial loss. And
why are the rounds 2 minutes instead of 3? Can anybody tell me?
I can tell you. I can tell you because Coach Ronald Sims told us all of this. And Basement, you might remember, because years ago, someone did a study. No one knows who, but they did a study about the effects on women's bodies and their brains when fighting 3-minute rounds. And apparently fighting 2 minutes makes it safer for women. But this study is published, but nobody has a copy of it. Nobody has people have argued against it, but apparently boxing won't change its mind because of this super outdated.
Well, somebody need to tell. It was somebody need to tell the MMA then, right?
Exactly. If they can flip around in a cage and break each other's arms and choke each other out, women can fight 3-minute rounds.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. Women should be fighting 3-minute rounds. Women should be paid more and everything else. But
hold on. Let me answer this one. The guy in the concrete. Let me say this to y'all. I understand the monster, and when they first started fighting, the monster that Ann Wolf was. But I want all y'all to pay attention to one thing. When Layla started training with Roger Mayweather and Buddy McGirt, she was a whole different beast. And that beast Ann Wolf was not going to beat. Because matter of fact, and y'all act like y'all forget one thing. You do know Ann Wolf got knocked out once, right?
Yeah, so.
And that same she fought that same girl,
and knocked her out. And knocked her out.
She never knocked. No, she did not. She never knocked out Valerie Manfood. No, she did not. You can make an argument.
You talking about the tall white girl, right?
She was a short white girl. She wasn't tall.
Okay.
The first time they fought, she knocked Ann Wolf out. And then the second fight, they fought 3 times. Or the other 2 fights went the distance. The only knockout that got scored in that trilogy was by Valerie Manfood. And all 3 of them fights, she gave Ann Wolf everything she can handle. You can make an argument she won all 3 of them.
Okay, but that's not Layla Ali though.
Bruh, she not even as sharp as Layla. I'm not talking about Layla in the beginning. I'm not talking about the novice Layla. I'm talking about the Layla that once
did she ever fight Layla Ali? The girl you're talking about, Valerie, whatever. Did she ever fight Layla Ali?
She got knocked out twice by Layla Ali.
Okay.
She got knocked out twice by Layla Ali.
That's still not Layla Ali though. You talking about the whole styles make fights and
Exactly. What I want you to do at that point in time in their career, look how Layla was fighting and look how Ann Wolf was fighting. Look how Layla was controlling real estate, picking her punches, placing her shots. She was a total technician. She was going to whoop Ann Wolf. Ann Wolf was not going to beat Layla.
Well, here's the thing I would say on it, and I don't know them all completely, but I do know Ann Wolf fought that Valerie Mofood before Layla did.
Exactly.
So now I don't know.
And she hit the mat.
No, Ann won the first fight. They fought.
No, she did not. Valerie knocked her out the first fight.
I'm looking at it on BoxRec. In 2005, on BoxRec, August 20th, Ann Wolf defeated Valerie Mahfoud. Okay, Ann Wolf fought her in 2000 on her 6th fight and knocked her out in the 3rd round?
Knocked you out the first or third round.
Valerie Mofood.
Okay, go ahead.
So Ann Wolf fought this Valerie Mofood on her 6th fight. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Her 7th fight, Ann Wolf fought Valerie Mofood and knocked her out in the 3rd round, and then they fought again.
Bro, are you sure? Because I thought the first fight, Valerie Manfood knocked her out in the 3rd round.
Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm sorry. I clicked on wrong. You're right. Valerie Mofood.
Yeah, that's true. Valerie stopped her in the 3rd.
Yeah, knocked her. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. And then they fought again. So yeah, I'm tripping on who won that fight. So I don't know who would have won that fight. I'm thinking more Ann Wolf because Ann Wolf just looks like she was a much more complete boxer. I mean, plus when Ann Wolf was boxing, I was in Waco in school, so I got to see a little bit of her at the gym every now and then. So I'll show him a little favoritism on that one. But it's one of those fights that should have happened. It never happened. Maybe it's our Terrence Crawford Spence fight for women.
Oh, no. Why he had to throw that in there?
Okay, yeah, let me take that back out. But maybe it's a fight that should have happened that never happened. Let me say that.
You're right. It is a fight that should have happened. But if I was going to, I'm not a betting man, but if I was going to Vegas and make a bet, I'm betting a house on Layla. And I love Ann Wolf. I love Ann Wolf.
Okay, well, you need to hand your keys over to me then, because you just lost your house.
Tripping, man. All I want you to do is listen. Just go back. Just look. All I'm saying is this: the beginning, when they first came in, when they first started fighting, maybe Ann Wolf could have got it. I ain't gonna deny that. But I'm talking about once Layla actually dedicated herself to the sport and started training with those real trainers, she was a different animal. I'm trying to tell you. Let's look at the two fighters. Look how they was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Ann Wolf got rocked multiple times. Ann Wolf, it's like 3 or 4 fights. You can make a legit argument. Ann Wolf lost.
Ann Wolf only has one loss. One loss.
She has one loss. Did you hear what I just said? It's a few fights you can make an argument that she lost.
If you got to argue them, that they're not losses. They're just arguments.
Okay. But Layla never came close to losing. Not once.
Who did she fight?
She fought the same people that Ann was fighting.
She didn't fight all the people that she fought, did she?
They got enough common opponents between the two of them.
But you got to throw in Frazier, who had no experience in the ring. She's a lawyer, right? Chrissy Martin. I love Chrissy Martin. She was on the show.
We know that was a money fight. We know that was popular.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Right? And there was a lot of other people that were just card fillers. And then she fought the girls that Ann Wolf fought. And we all know that.
I get it, man. I know y'all like the dogs. I'm going with Layla on this one, man.
Big dogs. You like big dogs, baby.
That's fine. I mean, when it comes to those fights that never happen, you can never really be right or wrong. That's the reason why we talk about them, because we don't know. I know originally we're talking about what women boxing needs, and I do agree with Troy. There's a lot of good, talented women out there that don't get anywhere close to the money or the opportunity. There's a fighter here in Houston, Sharetta Metcalf.
Yes.
I can help her get a few fights.
Yes.
And I mean, we're talking people
offering my phone.
barely anything. I'm like, look, for what they're offering, you could make this money working a weekend as a waitress, kind of low balls. So women do deserve more and better, in my opinion.
See, this is my thing with everybody. I'm coining this right here. What I'm about to say, I'm coining it. I'm stamping it. You try to use it, I'm gonna sue you. Listen,
I'm using it right now.
In my mind, right? Just a thought. Is it enough women millionaires in this world that they can put together something for them women?
That is absolutely the wrong thought. I'm gonna tell you why. Well, I'm not gonna say that.
We got some female billionaires out there too.
Listen, this is the problem with female boxing. They're trying to market it to men. No, market it to women. And once the women get involved with it, of course the men are going to come, because women want them. Women want to grab. Exactly. But to ask if there's a bunch of millionaires out there, you first have to market it to those people. You have to market it to women. They should be doing commercials with Nike and everybody else, or anybody else who have them. Let them do those commercials. Let them do anything that'll promote the sport in a positive way, boom, and then you get the ball rolling.
I'm saying the female celebrities of the world embrace these women, help build them up, help them bring them on your platform, put them out there, help them get more fanfare. I mean, do something.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, what women boxing needs is like what you and Troy is saying is need somebody to actually invest in building a brand and building a brand base. Because the problem I think with women's boxing is that it doesn't get enough attention. I don't know if I've ever known a promoter or a manager who has a female fighter to actually try to get them more female fans. They try to get them more male fans, but I don't know if they've actually said, let's try to get young women who may like the sport to be your supporters. Because the first argument that they always make about women's boxing is that it doesn't make enough money. So I don't put too much into it. But they also don't invest enough into it to actually give it the opportunity to make money. So it's like so it's kind of like it's kind of like you're the problem and you can be the solution for it at the same time.
Basement. You sleep over there? You and Black Star hibernating?
No, bro. I was over doing something. Here we go. Ain't nobody sleep, bro.
All right. Where you want to go next?
Teofimo?
You want to talk about Teofimo some more? What you got to say about Teofimo, Troy? Go ahead.
Well, listen. Well, no, I'm going to give my honest opinion of it. I read a couple of articles today of what doctors were saying was going on with him. Listen to me. If that's really, truly the case, I'm going to say it out loud. He needs to just chill. And I mean, chill and get his mind, body, spirit all together and get away from everybody. Because you were blessed to still be here, right?
What did they say, Troy?
They said he had air all on his lungs, which me, I have a heart problem. So sometimes I get fluid on my heart, which is the same as drowning from the inside.
Right.
The same way you feel when you're drowning is the same way that I feel sometimes when I'm fluid overloaded, right? And I got to take these pills to get all this fluid out of me. So if you have too much air in your lungs and all that, you basically suffocate and die, basically. And he shouldn't have been in nobody's ring. And no one in the world.
What was they
right?
saying? What caused that, though, Troy?
That I'm not sure of. That they explained it in ways that I can't explain it to you because I'm not a doctor or anything like that. You just have to read the article.
I have a much bigger question to ask on that one.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, because I'm going somewhere else with it too. So go ahead.
How did he pass his physical?
Right.
Well, see, that I don't know.
That's what I want to know. How did he? Because they did a physical in New York, so it's not like some podunk commission. They do an examination on site when you weigh in, check your blood pressure and stuff. So my question is, maybe he didn't have it during the weigh-in. Maybe it happened on Saturday. But I would definitely want to know who missed what in this instance. Because, like you said, he's blessed to be here. So somebody or something happened, and it would be nice to know what.
Well, the same thing could be asked of Holyfield 20-plus years ago when he fought Riddick Bowe the third time, and he had fluid around his heart. How the hell did he pass the physical? How the hell did he pass that? Because he really could have dropped dead right in there. Well, he could have dropped dead in the first round. How the hell did he pass the physical? You know,
That's a good example.
Good question.
I saw that thing today about Tio, and I'm wondering, like, how is it that no one caught this? If it was something to catch, I guess. So those are good questions.
But there's something else I want to touch on though, because people know how I stand with they call me a Wilder hater, which I'm not. I'm really not. I just call it like I see it. They were like, yeah, well, he called Wilder. Let me finish.
Before you go there.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Roger said maybe he was on roids.
That's possible too. You know, this is sport, man. Ain't nothing in this world name it possible.
Go make your wild argument.
Search ESPN article on it. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. Go ahead and check out all of them. But what I'm hearing from people, they like, yeah, Troy, you gotta. Yeah, he came out and called Wilder a bitch. Now he acting the same way. Now, right after the fight, he came out and said that I didn't lose and, they against me. There ain't nobody against you. You lost. You flat out lost. That's in the heat of the moment he said that. I didn't hear him say anything else after that about he was poisoned, costume too heavy. Oh, hold on. His costume, where did I leave off? Poison. He was poisoned. His costume too heavy, floppy gloves, loaded gloves. The referee, the towel was thrown in. I want to burn somebody up in the car. I didn't hear none of that. All I heard was the man in the ring say, "I didn't lose because they against me." That's it. So it's not the same.
But now there's a whole article. There's a whole article saying that he's ready to die before he got in the ring.
No, but it's doctors plural saying that. It's hard for me to believe that all these reporters and all these doctors are gonna lie to this kid. He's not rich. He's not on Wilder's level when it comes to wealth, where he could just say, "Okay, I'm gonna pay."
But his boss is
who's his boss?
Bob Arum.
Bob Arum. Oh yeah, the same boss that don't like him. Okay, good.
Yeah, but that's what he did before this fight. He resigned with Bob.
He's no cash cow or nothing, man.
Yeah, but you make a very good point, Troy.
And on top of that, he's not Mexican, man. People keep saying he's Mexican. He's from Honduras.
All I'm saying is,
Sir Ken said he got asthma.
Go ahead. What you about to say, Brandon?
No. I agree with Troy. When fighters make accusations of corruption, it hurts boxing because like whenever the accusations were for Wilder, right? You were accusing your cornerman, you were accusing the commission, you were accusing the other fighters' cornermen, and with Teofimo saying, "Well, hey," or his dad, or whoever said that, whoever from his camp said that it's a conspiracy against him, they fixed the fight. It hurts boxing because if he would have beat George Kambosos, he would have not said anything. But the fact that the other guy won is so much for him to say, you know what, as a former undisputed champion, I can't shake your hand and say, "Good job." I have to be upset and be mad and not blame my cornerman, because you have people in your corner who's telling you what to do, giving you instructions. But I'm going to say this guy who won the purse bid and this guy are the reason that I lost. And it's a bad look for boxing as a whole, because boxing doesn't need its own fighters to make accusations of corruption and fixed fights.
But it happens.
Well,
it happens.
Well, let me say this. It don't hurt boxing at all. Let me tell you why. George Foreman did the same thing after Ali beat him. He blamed everybody but himself. It wasn't until 5 years later, when he had his coming to Jesus moment, that he said, "I lost." And even still, years later, until he won the championship, his soul was never free of that loss. He really hated Ali, and he just blamed everybody around him. Wilder was nothing. Y'all got to listen to what he hated everybody after his loss to Ali.
I mean, I'm okay. Let me bust it down this way. You're looking at two guys, right? Teofimo's with his father. Wilder did everything. He did the business part the right way, but he did the actual boxing the wrong way. So by the time Wilder got to this point in his career, he's in the place where he's the guy. He wants a bunch of yes men around him. Not saying nothing bad about him, but he controls everything. I'm gonna work when I want to work. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You do what I tell you to do, or I'm gonna fire you. Well, when it came down to the actual fight, he couldn't deal with the fact that he actually lost the fight. That's why I say most fighters, when you first lose a fight, it's probably best for you to take a tune-up in between that fight, because the psychological damage that's pending in your mind is clear. But one thing Wilder did do, by doing all that rhetoric about all that happened, he made us watch it a third time.
And that didn't help him physically at all. It didn't help him. It didn't help his mental state either. It was worse. It was worse.
Let me ask you one question though about that third fight. Did you watch the third fight?
Of course I did, numerous times.
Now, there's no way anybody can look at that fight and say anything bad about Deontay Wilder. He left it all in the ring.
This is what I can't say about both of them. All three of those fights took a toll on both men.
Yes.
When you look, hear me out. When you look at Fury, when he got knocked down the second time, he had to look a shock in his eyes. Why? It ain't the first, second, or third time this man has knocked you down. It's the fourth. So why are you shocked? That tells me his whole body just rocked in a way that tells me that it's taking a toll on him.
Man, listen.
That's why I don't believe he's ever gonna fight Dillian White. Because Dillian White
Oh my God!
was just massacre his ass. Yeah.
Your man lunch meat. He's lunch meat. Stop that.
Well,
Fine slice lunch meat.
Your man is
Fine,
lunch
call
meat.
it like it is.
Your
Call
man
it like
is
it's
lunch
CIA.
meat, bro. Your man lunch meat.
I'll say this, Troy. I will say this. I would not be surprised if Tyson Fury didn't fight again, or if he didn't fight Dillian White, kind of for the reasons that you kind of mentioned. I mean, he got knocked down 4 times. I mean, 4 good shots in 3 fights against Deontay Wilder, who is known as a knockout artist. So I could definitely see that there may be some lasting damage that he doesn't want to get damaged again. You know, I think we know that these guys put their health in risk. But I mean, if you really look at it, since he's been back, Tyson Fury has been knocked down by Deontay Wilder and had a tough fight with Otto Wallen. So I would not be surprised if he's like, you know what, I don't want Dillian White. I want I need an easy fight.
That is an easy fight. Nobody worry about no rubber chin Dillian White.
If it was so easy, how come Wilder and Fury never took the fight? If it was so easy.
You wasn't in the pecking order. You wasn't in the pecking order. What we look like fighting?
Dillian White was in the pecking order. Dillian White.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
First of all, when that whole Dillian White stuff started with Deontay Wilder, they gave the man 2 mandatories. They gave him Brazil and Dillian White as a mandatory. Both of them was his mandatory. Brazil was the mandatory, and so was Dillian White. So once he fought Brazil, he went straight to Tyson Fury. I got Tyson Fury. I got AJ. These are the fighters that's on my radar. Why am I looking for Dillian White? He brings nothing to the table for me.
Well, because he's the number 1 contender.
Wait, hold on 1 second. You said Dillian White brings nothing. What does Brazil bring exactly?
He was my mandatory, and it's an in-house.
And you were incorrect on this.
Brazil wasn't.
No, hold on. You know he was going to sign to fight White. This is Brazil, and then they offered him a contract and said, "Come on, we'll fight you." It wasn't. No, this is my mandatory. No, he took a fight with them. Both him and White had a verbal agreement. They were going to fight.
Who did?
They were going to fight.
Who did?
Brazil and White. They were going to fight. They were going to fight, and then the Wilder fight came up, and they gave him an offer, and of course he took the offer. Is the championship and money? Of course he's gonna take it. He'd be a fool not to take it. Boom. So where this whole mandatory stuff came from, I don't know, because if White was his mandatory, how is how is Brazil is mandatory?
Do me a favor. We got Google it here. Look it up.
Well,
Dominic Brazil was his
answer the
mandatory.
question. We don't have to go. Here's what it is. Remember, Dillian White was the number 1 contender in the mandatory. And the WBC made him interim champion. Why? I don't know, because they had a WBC champion, but they made him interim champion and didn't say it publicly, but they told him that, look, you're going to get the next fight at the WBC champion. And what happened was when Deontay Wilder, for whatever reason, after he fought Tyson Fury, he said, I'm going to go fight Dominique Brazil next, which his fight should have been with White, who was the interim champion. And then he said, okay, well,
hold.
Instead of me fighting
Stop.
I'm going to fight Luis Ortiz next. Because Ortiz had already been beaten before, so it's like, you know what?
Ortiz only got beat by Wilder. That's all, the only person that beat Ortiz was Wilder. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's such a big deal, right? Go ahead.
Yeah. Luis Ortiz, the only person that beat him is Wilder.
Right, and that's a big deal. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because remember, Wilder when he beat Bermane Stiverne in like 2016 or whenever they fought, and he fought Ortiz. Ortiz was going to fight Joshua, but he fought Wilder instead of fighting Joshua. He was going to almost beat Wilder, got knocked out.
That's not factual either.
What happened? What happened?
That's not factual either.
What's not factual?
What am I saying wrong?
Okay, now this is what happened. He being Ortiz's trainer, was on the Boxing Voice, and he said that they didn't even know about the $7 million, but the manager did. and he just didn't tell them.
That's
So
what happened.
how could you turn something down that you didn't know about because they want no because the manager wanted them to fight Wilder. If he would have known about the $7 million offer, what do you think he would have went
Okay,
to the $7 million offer?
Hey, listen, I just want to prove one thing. Y'all can go back to your. Hold on. Let me just prove one thing. It says his biggest day. Wilder settles feud with his mandatory challenger Dominic Breazeale. He was his mandatory. I told y'all that.
Or how could White be the number one and the mandatory, and he be the
men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Black and white say that man was his mandatory.
Okay, but here's the thing though, because Dillian White was the interim champion, they elevated him to interim champ.
Blankets and sheet lied. Hey, now blankets and sheet lie too. When they lie down on the bed.
You know what? I'm gonna look this up. When did Dillian White become? And while we talking about Dillian White, let's not gloss over the fact. Let's not gloss over the fact that man went to sleep from a 43-year-old. We're not gonna gloss over that now.
A 40-year-old, so what?
43.
40, but he and let's not gloss over the fact that he came back months later, not 2 years later, and he beat him, and then he didn't take 2 of the losses after that.
After he had COVID.
Okay. Oh, he had COVID. Did he have COVID that night? Thank you. Silence. Your silence is my answer.
I know this though. He gave your man COVID that night, man. We seen the bottom of your man's cheek.
Hold on, I have it right here.
Which was a brilliant knockout, but then he came back, and he came back months later, not 2 years later.
He dressed him up too.
All I know is that he was knocked out, but he avenged his loss. He didn't get stopped and then fought the guy again and get knocked out worse and end up on his face. I mean, on his face.
You funny. That was a good one.
Here's what it looks at right here. Oscar Rivas and Dillian White fought for the interim title.
When?
2019 July. 2 months after Breazeale fought Wilder. And let me make sure it was May when they fought. Breazeale fought him. 2 months after Breazeale fought Wilder. White fought for the interim title. So if White is fighting for the vacant interim title, the vacant interim title, at that moment in that year, White would have been the number one contender ranked for WBC.
So what you just said to me, right? He factually fought his mandatory, which was Dominic Breazeale. At the time, it was not Dillian White. Is that one point at a time? One point at a time. One point at a time.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about it. What actually happened in 2019 is that Dillian White was the number one contender
after Breazeale. After Breazeale, right?
No. He's number one contender because he fought for the vacant interim title. He can't fight for the vacant interim title and not be number one because you got to be either number one or number two. So he had to be number one because you can't fight for something 2 months later that's vacant. It's the dumbest thing boxing does, but it would just it wouldn't.
And imagine something, and this belt that he fought for says Wilder still had the title. That and the belt that you're talking about now, Tyson Fury now has. So
no. Dillian White is still the interim WBC champion.
Interim what though? Is it silver? Is it
no? He's the interim.
The global belt? Is it the franchise belt? Is the chicken and waffles belt? What belt is it?
He is the WBC interim champion. That means that Tyson Fury says, "Hey, you know what?"
So what belt does Tyson Fury have then? So what does
Tyson Fury has? WBC championship belt. It's stupid. But basically, you have a guy who's the champion, and you have the guy who says, "I'm the champion if you can't defend your belt." So Dillian White.
Let me look up Dillian White. I'm gonna see what they say about Dillian White right now. I'm gonna see what they say about Dillian White.
Yeah, I don't like interim titles because you shouldn't have two champions in one sanctioning body because it to me it dilutes what it means.
Yes, sir.
I want to see where he at right now. Y'all continue. I'm looking up Dillian White. I'm gonna see what Dillian White is. I better see something to say champion something. Yeah. All it says is British professional fighter.
Where you at right now?
Google.
How's he gonna be a champion? No, but
go to WBC page.
No, but listen, how you gonna be a champion if one champion blocked you out for 3 years and another champion just talked about fighting you, which is Fury, and then now you have a new champion who's not even thinking about you.
How are they blocking you out?
It's boxing.
Watch you.
Boxing.
Come on, man. Deontay, he got video of Wilder saying,
I
don't have to fight you.
No, here you go.
Go ahead.
Watch this. Here you go. He is the WBC Diamond Heavyweight Interim Champion. I'm just telling you what it says right here on Box Rack. I'm with the Box Rack. It says he won the vacant WBC Diamond Heavyweight Boxing Championship
against Oscar Rivas.
The Diamond, not the Diamond though, not the real WBC. The Diamond.
No. When he fought Oscar Rivas, let me go to Box Rack because I don't see him as Diamond when he beat Oscar Rivas. He became interim. I'm looking on WBC page. It says interim champion Dillian White. WBC page.
I'm gonna go to WBC, man.
Yeah.
But you do the WBC got like 90 belts.
But hey, they're the ones who made him the interim champion, so he's the interim champion.
I
can't say that you have. Look, if you're gonna give him the belt, then he is the champion.
I refuse to waste any more time on Dillian White.
That's fine.
That's Troy.
I don't know why he keep bringing up that guy.
That's Troy.
Why? Please, somebody, because all I want to do is Fury, Wilder, somebody, please knock this man out. I don't want to hear about Dillian White no more. Please, I'm so sick of Dillian White. I'm so sick of the UK fans. They make you nauseous talking about this man.
I cannot. Okay, but listen, let's be honest. We all know the only person Fury got power to knock out is Wilder. He couldn't even knock himself out with that uppercut that he threw and when he punched himself in the face.
Wait a minute.
He has no power to knock out anybody else.
What makes you
think he damn sure could knock out Wilder?
What makes you think he can't knock Dillian White out?
He hasn't fought him. That's the first one.
But your man has hit the mat.
Not by Fury. Not by Fury.
So what makes you think he don't have the power to knock Dillian White out though?
Because who has Fury knocked out like that other than Wilder? Who?
You act like that's an easy task.
No, I'm asking you a question. Who has he handled and knocked out like that other than Wilder?
My man, Troy, boy.
Troy.
Troy is a goon.
But Troy makes he makes a point.
What's the point?
The point is White was such an easy opponent. He would have gotten a shot at the WBC belt by now.
He doesn't bring the. Okay, listen.
But here's the thing. Doesn't matter what he brings.
Go ahead and say it.
No, well, no. Hold on. Let me say this, and I'll leave it like this. If I'm ranked number 1 or number 2 for several years as an opponent for a belt, at some point either you're going to say, "Look, I'm going to give you your shot because you have been ranked and sitting here for 3 or 4 years," or there is a reason why I'm not going to honor me being a champion and fight you.
Let me ask you a question, Brandon.
There's a reason.
Brandon.
But
in that 3 years,
Dillian White deserves his shot at the title. If he loses, he loses. But
Brandon, in 3 years, didn't they say he failed the drug test and he got knocked out?
Oh my God, no!
He got knocked out that one fight with.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this all the time.
Did not say the man failed the drug test.
Hold up. Let me say this all the time. Every time his name comes up, I hear a bag of excuses, but I don't hear any relevant reason as to why this guy is so much trash, but these top fighters don't want to fight him. A bag of excuses, but no relevant reason. Give me a reason. No, hold on. Hold on. Can please? Because first, okay, he's done a whole lot more than Ortiz, who has no audience. He's done a whole lot more than Brazil, who has no audience. And if you want to know something, now, hold on. Look at Stavern. He had to wait damn near 16 months to get his rematch with Wilder. What has all those 3 fighters done? Does anybody know who they are?
Say that again.
And in all reality, Wilder can come to England because White is a superstar over there, and he fills up stadiums.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir. Ask me.
Didn't AJ fight Brazil too?
That's right. When he was up and coming, yes, he did. He fought him in England. Yes.
Wait a minute. He fought Brazil. You said Brazil.
But Troy,
AJ fought Brazil too.
I don't.
Is that what you asked? You said that AJ fought Brazil?
Yes.
Okay,
he fought him in England. Who's it drawn in England?
We didn't ask you when you fought.
Who's the draw in England?
No.
Thank you.
You said who was Brazil, right? You said who was Brazil, right?
Exactly. Who is Brazil?
He was somebody enough. He was somebody enough for AJ to fight.
Black Star.
Go ahead,
Black Star.
One thing, just one thing I just want to say about it is, with all that being said, right? Can somebody tell me why Dillian White had opportunities and was told straight up, if you fight this one fight, Brazil or Ortiz?
I'll be more than happy to answer that.
You would have.
I'll be more than happy to answer that, and I'll use his words because I saw the video of him replying to that. He said, "Why would I fight a guy that Wilder just knocked out where I am the number one? Wilder just knocked out Ortiz. Who is Ortiz to be put in front of me when I'm the number one? Why would you? No. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on 1 second, please. That's like saying that after White got knocked out by old boy here, the Russian. Wilder says, okay, I'm sorry, but you can't fight me. You have to fight White next. Wait a minute. He just got knocked out. Why are you putting someone you knocked out in front of a man who's number one? Why?
Your facts is there, but the timing is wrong. You got to.
It doesn't matter. It's a fact. That's all that matters. If the man was knocked out, why is he in front of White? Why? Okay. I don't have to. Okay.
You're not listening right now. The point of the whole matter is this. It was before Wilder fought Brazil. They both was
I'm talking about Ortiz. He was the one who was put in front.
Either way, that's two opportunities. He turned them both down. That's his fault.
He didn't turn down Brazil. The paperwork was there to be signed, and that he didn't. No, he did not. You were factually wrong. Okay. Show me the proof where he turned down both fights. Show them to me, because I can bet my entire life and listen to me. I will bet my life and my soul. And my soul that you are absolutely wrong. Take the bet. Take the bet. Bet your life and soul. Bet your life and soul. Bet your life and soul. Bet it. Bet it.
You feel like, brother?
We're not betting anybody's souls in here today.
Why not?
We're not betting anybody's souls in here. We're not doing that, brother. We're not putting nobody's souls on the line again.
What about the soles of your feet then? What about the soles of your feet?
If I could,
hey, Troy, all I want to know is this: when they fight, when one of these fights get made to fight Dillian White, just where are you going to be? I just want to get rid of them.
I'm going to pay for it and watch it in my living room. That's where I'm going to be. I'm going to pay for it and watch it in my living room.
I swear I can't. Listen, y'all do not understand. I cannot stand when this Dillian White talk gets on my last nerve because he ain't nothing.
Okay, well, he's a whole lot better than Brazil. He's a whole lot better than Ortiz, who is nothing. What has Ortiz done?
Did he go to?
What has Ortiz done, sir? What has Ortiz done, sir?
He won't fight him.
So let me ask you a question.
What has Ortiz done, sir?
Wilder,
they won't fight him.
Let's be honest, man. Wilder would have knocked your man in the next October, man. Everybody in their bright mind knows that.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest and say that they never fought, and he avoided him for 3 years. For what reason?
To avoid. You bring nothing to. You're not slick like Tyson Fury. You're not.
And name me the last punch. Name me the last time Wilder fought anyone with one punch knockout power. Name it.
Okay.
Louis Ortiz.
He does not have one punch knockout power. Who's he knocked out with one punch? Who?
Jennings.
My man.
Okay,
Troy.
Hey, Troy is a motherfucking player.
And Troy. And Jennings had just went the distance with Klitschko. The same Klitschko that floored AJ 2 years later. And he went down there. Let me get this all, Brandon. Right after Brandon Jennings fought Klitschko, right? He went the distance with Klitschko. The same Klitschko that dropped AJ. Then he went over there for Ortiz and got slumped.
The same Klitschko that Wilder never fought. And your point?
But no. You said who had one punch knockout power? I said Louis Ortiz. And you said
who was he knocked out with one punch?
Jennings. I just told you.
No, he did not knock him out with one punch because that fight ended late. Ended late, and it wasn't by one punch. It was not by one punch.
Man, the first time he hit that man was on Quid Street. Don't do that, bro.
He did not knock him out with one punch, and I believe he was still standing after the fight. The fight was stopped, so he didn't knock nobody out. There we go again. He has not knocked anybody out with one punch. Wilder's entire career. No, listen. Wilder's entire career, he's never fought a puncher. Why? And now we know
Luis
why.
Ortiz is a puncher.
Now we
Don't
know
do that.
why.
Luis Ortiz, King Kong is a puncher. Don't do that.
Listen to me. Listen to
Okay,
me.
guys,
This is the difference.
guys.
This is the don't know. Just hear me out. Then I'll shut up again. This is the difference. You take a guy like Ortiz, and you take a guy like Alvarez. You know, I'm talking about Alvarez. You know, Canelo. These guys are what you would call heavy-handed. They're not one-punch knockout guys. They're heavy-handed, but they're not gonna knock you out one punch. No.
So because your man can knock out a 43-year-old with COVID, and he knocked out a bum Dirk Shaw, that make him a puncher.
You mean the same 40-year-old who's never been knocked out, or never been stopped except Anthony Joshua, and who was a former champion, and the same one who Wilder found an excuse not to fight? The same one?
Did this.
Man, I'm looking forward to this fight.
We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna
Troy getting me interested in that fight, man.
Yeah. We're gonna talk
Can
about.
I chime in? Can I chime in real quick on it, and then we can be done? Here's the thing: the fact of it is, Dillian White has been the interim WBC champion since he beat Oscar Rivas. The WBC has a big part to play in this, because if you're going to say that Brazil was a mandatory for Wilder, okay, and Brazil loses, it's not fair to dump to Dillian White to say that same year, 2 months later, we're going to elevate you to the interim champion status, so that now you and Wilder are both champions and interim champions for over 2 years. Now, granted, now it's Tyson Fury. That is not fair to Dillian White, because he should have the opportunity, whether he wins, loses, or draws, to actually be the legitimate champion or the legitimate contender or whatever. That is something that he is owed, that he is not getting. Giving him a interim title, but not allowing him to say, look, let me make it official, is not doing justice to him.
How do you get an interim title?
Problem with boxing.
Brandon, how do you get an interim title for a belt that somebody else has?
Because the WBC, WBA both have it. They have interim gold.
I get that. No. Listen to me. How do you become an interim champion for a title that somebody has?
Because
as a champion, interim means you're waiting for the champion.
No. Interim means that you are the one. You're interim, like an interim coach. When a coach gets fired, we have an interim.
But Wilder's still a champ. He's still a champion.
Yeah, but here's the thing: by their own rules, they have not done right by White, because the whole interim is supposed to be interim, not for 2 years. Like, for example, if I hire you and say, look, I need you to replace the head coach as the interim head coach. At some point, either I'm going to say you are the head coach or you're not the head coach. But I can't keep you on as interim head coach for 2 years and say, go coach my football team as the interim head coach because we fired Mike McCarthy. I'm a Cowboy.
What fight was Wilder supposed to cancel? Luis Ortiz 2 or Fury 2? Which one was he supposed to cancel for Dillian White? Because we know who he fought. We know who Wilder fought from this point on. We know who he fought.
Here's what Wilder should have done. I can't say. Here's what the WBC should have done. After he defended his title against Luis Ortiz should not have had another chance to fight for the same title that he lost to less than 2 years before.
And let me ask you a question.
The WBC allowed that. The WBC should have said, look, you had your chance, you lost, next man up. Because Luis Ortiz took somebody's opportunity in that second fight when he fought Wilder. Someone else should have been fighting for that title other than Luis Ortiz, who had his shot.
Next. Could please get off the Dillian White. I can't talk about this.
Hey, yeah. Troy.
Man, I tell you what, though, man. One thing
man. Let Troy do him. I can't talk about Dillian White no more.
Yeah. Now we're gonna talk about tonight. Devin Haney and JoJo Diaz. Let me get you guys thoughts on that.
I think it's going to be a very good fight. I think he's also going to be very mindful of what happened to Lopez in that fight, and you're going to see him fight a very tight game. You know, he's not this puncher that people think he is. To the body, yes, but to the chin and all that, no. He's a very talented boxer that could beat you to the body. So I think that's what you need to look for tonight. Look for his jab, his right hand, and a lot of body work and a lot of movement as well.
Well, I think Haney going to really put on a nice display tonight. I think this is a perfect opponent for him to go out there and showcase his skill and what makes him so special as opposed to the rest. Because JoJo Diaz ain't nobody to shake a stick at, but he definitely ain't on Haney's level, in my opinion. And I think Haney going to prove that tonight.
Black Star.
And I think that, he should.
Elevator work goes crazy. That's the work. Silverheads, what's up, Brody? What up, bro?
Black Star, you muted. We can't hear you.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I might jump out here because this is usually a bad spot.
Oh yeah, you're in a bad spot. You're in a bad spot. AK. I can't.
You can't hear me?
Yeah. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the Devin Haney and JoJo Diaz fight?
I think it's going to be a good fight. I think like Troy said a few minutes ago that he Teofimo, what happened in the Teofimo fight and what happened in the Lord's fight will have Devin Haney on his A game, being sharp. He should win the fight tonight, but I expect JoJo to give up a very tough spirited fight, and then Devin Haney should get it done.
Okay, I'm waiting to the final thoughts before we get to talking about that. I see the fight. Okay, who has Diaz winning? Who has JoJo winning? Anybody got JoJo winning? I guess everybody's going for Haney.
Yeah, I'm going for Haney just on his boxing. I think he's a very talented boxer, but for some reason, they want to promote him like he's a puncher. He's a one-hitter quitter, which is absolutely not right. He's not a one-hitter quitter. He's not a big puncher. He's a boxer. He can get with a couple of punches, but he's not going to drop anybody with one punch, unless it's to the body.
I got Devin Haney winning. I can see this being a close fight though.
Yeah. It's close because
hey, listen to this though. And with things that's been going on, it might be an upset. It could be an upset. JoJo ain't nothing to play with. Haney gonna have to come in there and box and take it to JoJo, and don't let JoJo steal early rounds. That's one of my takes on it.
Who's the taller fighter in this fight, Basement? Who's the taller fighter? Is it
Haney?
Haney? Haney taller? Yep. How tall is Haney? 5 what?
5'7", 5'8".
Why are all these dudes so short? But yeah. Yeah, okay. And then be honest with you, I don't know enough about JoJo to really critique him. What is he, a boxer? What's his style like?
Let me see. JoJo got one of those styles almost like Marcos Madonna.
Oh, he's a plotter. He comes forward, throws punches, and he puts his head down. He fights similar to that.
Yep.
What's his punch? Is he punch? He's a puncher, or is he known as a puncher?
Hey, you see what he did to Tevin Former?
He beat Tevin Former at 130, or is it 35? No, 30, right?
Yeah, yep.
That kid you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna lose. I know who he is now. Yeah. Tevin don't have no power. But Tevin could outbox him, but for some reason he wanted to fight him that night. I don't know why.
He had him double blinking.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do when you're cockeyed, but yes. But yeah, Tevin's a very good boxer, man. But like I said, for some reason he wanted to fight in the phone booth that night. He gonna lose on points, man. All I tell you fans is don't expect a whole lot of excitement. Expect boxing.
Yeah. Unless if Devin Haney decides to get in here and stand in the pocket, JoJo like to trade punches.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
You think he learned his lesson? Sir Ken say this is a case where
Nah. You have to listen to him speak. When he fought,
Haney gets ahead in the middle of rounds.
Is it Cambosis?
Get cut.
Did he fight Cambosis? Did he fight him?
Cool.
I don't know who's breaking up, whether it's me or you.
It might have been me. Is that you there?
Yeah. Okay, I can hear you now. Now, who did he fight that fought Crawford? Is it Cambosis? Because I get names wrong and all that. Who's the guy that put Crawford on the map at 135? Cuban.
Oh.
Gamboa.
Yep. Gamboa.
Yeah, okay. When he fought Gamboa, after the fight, he said, "Yeah, I fought a good fight. I didn't get touched. You see my face." He was talking about Tank at that point. I didn't get touched. In the second fight, when he fought this other cat here recently, Diaz, he said, "Well, I got too comfortable and he caught me with a shot. But the first couple of rounds before that, he wasn't touching me at all. So, his thing is that he don't like getting touched. He ain't gonna stay in no pocket unless you hurt him and he has no choice. But that's not his thing. That's not his thing at all. He wants to box. He wants to box, which I can't say I blame him. Let him box.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
I see the fellas ran out on you, huh? He came back. He came back. Oh, man, that's all right. He got. He had to. No, man, we just know you went and called Dean White, man, and was praising Dillian, right?
You know what? Here's my problem with Dillian White. All in all.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just being honest. Bro, see, I watch everybody's show. Anybody got anything talking about boxing, I'll at least go check it out, right? Them UK guys, oh my God, yo, literally, he can run for president over there. They act like Dillian White can do no wrong. Like everybody in the world is scared of Dillian White. They say Andy Ruiz was scared of Dillian White. They say Wilder was scared of Dillian White. But why? Let me ask you something. My thing is this. If these guys see other fights as bigger than him, they wrong?
What are you talking about?
Like when they tried to say Andy Ruiz was scared of him. They said Andy Ruiz was scared of Dillian White. Now you're talking about a man that took a fight with Anthony Joshua on basically a week's notice.
Payday, because he knew he would get a payday.
Listen, man, at the end of the day, I got to get in the ring with who I'm getting paid to fight, right? At the end of the day, still got to get in the ring with him.
I'm not blaming him. I'm actually agreeing with you. I'm just mocking him at the same time, but I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. All right.
But listen, I don't know what the heck you were just talking about. All I know is that he's not loved by everyone over there. Neither is Joshua. You have your distractors and people who don't like him over there too. But when you offer people these, yeah, huh?
My bad. Go ahead.
No. I think Basement was saying something, but his phone is messed up.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. But when you offer contracts to people and then they find a way to back out, and then you fire back at them for backing out, that's not you saying that they're scared. That's just you saying, I'm sick of these fighters saying that they want to fight me, and then I offer them contracts and they never show up. That's just that's him being mad. Because he did offer Ortiz a contract. Anybody that ever said his name, he offered them a contract. That's one thing I can say about him. He'll fight, and you can't say that he won't. He'll fight.
Okay. I just want somebody to get him out the way, man. Please get him out the way.
Well, somebody did, but he came back and he paid him back. Okay. The thing with him is he don't take 2 years off to make excuses about poison water and about how his suit was too heavy and how
pandemic played a part in that, man.
Oh my God!
You know, Wilder and Fury already had a third fight pre-signed. That was signed before the second fight. So the time in between was all the other stuff that went on.
You know what he need, to be very honest with you?
Who?
When I was younger, I spent most of my time in Jamaica in the country with my big auntie, right? And if I did anything wrong, she would beat me.
What?
Wilder need one of them aunties that would just be like, boy, you making too much excuses. You're a grown man. And just beat him.
Wilder's already beat all the odds, man. He's made a boatload of money. He went a lot further than a lot of people thought it would be. He has nothing to be ashamed of.
Wow.
I think he should be ashamed of nothing. He's a world champion and all that, but I don't know if he beat all the odds. I know he got the odds beat out of him and ended up on his face.
Think about this. This man was a basketball player that switched to boxing.
That's not factual either.
When did he turn? When he start boxing? Like 21, right?
What'd you say, Black Star?
19 years old.
19.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Black Star?
He gotta stop acting like that man got dominated too. Like Fury ain't tasted that canvas a few times with them long ass counts. That damn fight could have easily went the other way.
He didn't end up on his face.
He ended up on his ass.
Hey.
Out there looking crazy.
Hey, Jade. Hey, listen.
Who you got tonight?
You know he got that, man. What you acting that for?
How do you see it? Black Star?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You talking about the Devin fight?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I got Devin doing this thing, man. You know, I think it's a fight where he gonna look, the styles match up nice enough to where he should look real good tonight. Now, to say that it's 100% all his way, I mean, there is a shot that Jojo Diaz might do a few things in there to, you know, to catch some attention, but I don't think it's gonna be enough because I trust in Devin, man. Devin's been, you know, he's been on the grind. His focus and everything has always been on. He's been on a mission for the longest, man. And this is a guy I need to see get the opportunity for Undisputed. So he need to get that Kambosos fight since, you know, Teofimo was too much of a pussy to fight him. Running around here calling other men pussies and shit and talk about men got dick sucking lips and all this. But then when they say get in the ring, you start talking all this other shit. Fuck all that. It's time to get somebody in the ring. Let's see who the Undisputed is. We're not going to sit around here and act like we don't recognize that belt that's sitting around Devin Haney's way. We're going to have to recognize that too. Because he got it the most lethal way you can get it. He made Lomachenko. He made Lomachenko get that motherfucker up rather than fight him. That's better than beating the champ, in my opinion.
Got a point there.
Lomachenko would have beat Haney at that time.
No, are you out of your mind, man?
No, I'm talking about boxing wise. He would have outboxed him.
No, man. He would have got. It's a reason why they ain't take that fight, bro.
Yeah, because they're stupid.
What was stupid about it?
They're just stupid. They should have took the fight. The boy has an audience. Okay. He wants to fight. Give it to him. They're stupid.
I give you that one though, Troy. I give you that one for sure. You're right about that, man. They should have took that fight. That fight should have happened. Exactly. But that's the frustrating thing about the way things go, man. That fight was supposed to happen. It was on course. It was there to happen. It should have been the natural next fight. But for whatever reason, they keep doing these guys like that. And that's the part that pissed me off. Because don't sit here and talk about you the best, and then when a fight lined up to you just like that, that's natural. You have to fight this guy because you undisputed, right? Rather than go for undisputed, we're gonna say, well, we're just gonna call you undisputed and give you a mysterious extra belt and let you run around here portraying that you undisputed when in factuality we know you're not. Fight the guy, you know. Let's see who the best is. That's what the sport is supposed to be for. We want this guy to fight that guy to find out who the best. I mean, all this we can sit here and talk all day. But when they get in the ring, that's when we know what really is what is. And when they don't do that, they rob the fans of that. And that's the biggest problem. And a guy that's been on the heel of anybody who get that belt, you cannot say without a doubt that Devin Haney ain't been on their neck. Whoever steps up and has that belt, he is calling your name out. He's talking about he wants you next, and this, that, and the third. If that's the case, then okay. He got a strap. You got the other straps. Let's put it together. Let's see what's up.
He sounds like Dillian White.
Dillian White running away from fights. He don't want to
Right,
fight.
right. Because I've never seen him run from no fight. I've seen fighters run away from him though, but and talk.
Man,
You know,
brother,
he offered them millions of dollars and they running.
Who ran away
I
from Dillian White?
can name 2 of them since you said who? 3 actually. 3. I can name 3. I can even tell you the prices. $8 million. Wilder. He's a peasant. No. I'm not done. $8 million. He's a peasant. Ortiz. He was offered. First he offered him $250,000. This is after he had just won $500,000 from fighting Wilder, and they said that he was lowballing Ortiz. Wait a minute. Your highest payday was $500,000 for a champion. This dude is a contender. He's no champion. Why is he gonna give you more money than the champion? $250 is good, right? Where else you gonna get that money? Okay, $5 million to the big butt. To the big gut boy. Andy Ruiz or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
He was scared of Dillian White. Right? He was scared.
I didn't say he was afraid of him. I didn't say nobody was afraid of him. I said that they ran away from the contracts. If he's this trash, pure D trash, he's often the money on the table. Take it and shut him up, because you can't tell me one time that this dude didn't do the same thing. He took Parker on short notice. He took Revis on short notice. All of those things, man.
A pillow puncher.
Come on, bro. Look.
A pillow puncher? We're not talking about pillow punches.
Bro.
We ain't talking about pillow punches, are we? Need I remind you how Wilder ended his last fight? Let me clear my throat. On his face. His face. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we get it. You don't like Wilder. We get that. But let's get back to the conversation.
I didn't say I didn't like anybody. I'm stating the fact. He ended up on his face.
It is what it is, bro. Ain't no thing. You just mentioned a point about money, right? You said money and him fighting people for certain types of money, right? Got you. Now you explain to me why a guy who says he wants the title shot turned down 2 guaranteed opportunities because he didn't want to face.
That's why your phone breaking up, because you don't have the fact. Now I'm going to say this. After he knocked out Derek Chisora or whatever, he felt like he was lowballed by Joshua. I don't care what they offered me for that fight. I would have took it. I would have been pissed, but I would have took it. No. I would listen to me. If I'm in his place, I'm taking that damn fight and I'm training to the death of me. And I'm gonna whoop his ass. I'm gonna beat it. Let me finish. I'm gonna beat his soul out of him. I'm gonna beat his soul out of him. And then in a rematch, I'm gonna beat his soul back into him and have him call me daddy. That's what I would have done. Brazil ain't nothing, and they didn't offer it to him. They were gonna fight each other. They were gonna fight each other, and Brazil took the better offer from Wilder. He didn't run away from nobody. Brazil took the better, but you don't have the facts, so there's no need for me to talk to you. Brazil took the better offer from Wilder. Brazil took the better offer from Wilder. Brazil is nothing. Ortiz is nothing.
He volunteered to fight your boy, and your boy wouldn't fight him, man.
They were going to fight. He also said that he was offered a Wilder fight, and he took the better offer. Come on, that's pure common sense when you're in business. He's a champion, and come on, you gonna walk away from a championship shot? Then you're a damn fool.
That's what
he took the championship shot. Ain't nobody blaming him for that.
You admit your boy.
Why would White?
He's the one that walked away from it.
Why would White run away from Brazil? Clarify it for me. Why would White run away from Brazil when he hasn't run away from anybody? Why would White run away from Brazil? What does he bring to a fight? What does he? Oh, exactly. That's what. Exactly. You have no facts. You're talking of feelings and emotions, and you can't clarify nothing. I can go Google and then.
Troy, you so nuts, man.
Blew up.
That man said,
Facts is facts, baby.
man.
He was offered a better fight with the champion.
Ain't got
No
no
one
back,
is
bro.
blaming Brazil for nothing. No one is blaming Brazil for a daggone thing.
Brazil is the one that said out his mouth. He said, "Look, because
Show me the article where he said it, please, or show me the video proof where he said it. Because
that's why you
show me the video proof of the article.
right now. I'm telling you what it is. You can look it up for yourself. It's out there. You just guys
Why don't you just go produce it for me? Why don't you just produce it?
He said himself, and he was in the same position as your boy. He said, "You know what? Since me and him is up, and it's a controversy, let us fight, and then the winner of us fight." He said that. Not your boy. He said, "Nah, you know, I know what has he done." He started talking all that old shit about what he done and who done what and all the third. Man, fuck all that.
Oh, please produce that. Please produce that. The dude was offered a fight by Wilder, and then he said, "I don't need to fight White now." Wilder offered me a fight, and he took it. It was just that simple. I could go. You know what? I'm gonna go find the article for you. All right, and then you're gonna tell me, nah, Troy. You know, you hurried up and printed that out yourself. I can tell that's your handwriting, right? That's what you're gonna tell me.
Look, what you're gonna tell me is, man, bro, you was right. My bad.
Black Star, come on now. I have never met a Wilder fan who's that honest in my life.
I'm telling
what?
I've been I've been threatened by Wilder fans. I've been told I'm this, that, and the third by them and all of that.
Why they threatening you, man? Why they threatening you?
Because they listen. Because basically, I don't pee sitting down. I guess I'm a man.
I mean, man, listen, man. For a peaceful man, you get a whole lot of threats, man.
Really? I do. I only get them from Wilder fans, baby. Who else I get them from?
I don't know. You saying
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There's a lot of people getting threatened by Wilder fans. Charlo got threatened by them. A bunch of people got threatened by them. So I guess I'm in high cotton then, huh?
I must
be in high cotton.
I don't know, man.
That's an old school term in case you don't know it. That's an old school term from down south. You know?
Man, you know what, man? I need you on my show, man. I need you on my show. I need you one-on-one.
I'm not giving no more time. I'm building my own. I got 2 shows that I work with now, and I'm building my own. I got my own show coming out very soon, man. The Troy Graham Experience, baby.
You said the experience? Come on, man. You're a Jimi Hendrix fan?
The Troy Graham Experience. Look, boxing is one thing. I want to talk about life, man. Boxing is only one aspect of life.
Hey, brother. Don't even go down that road, man. That's all we do. That's all we do, man. We talk about everything, man. You know, I talk about all sports and I talk about life. Last night, I shut down all 3 of my platforms and we did nothing but pray.
Oh, there you go. That's actually a positive thing, man. That shows you have a lot of courage to do that because a lot of people won't do that. A lot of people won't do that.
My condolences too, man, on your family, man. You lost, bro. I didn't get a chance to communicate that to you, though, but I did see that on Facebook, bro. My bad.
No problem, man. Appreciate it.
I got respect. I don't know what's going on with your family, but I wish them, you know, all the love and strength and respect, man. I don't know what's going on. It's not my business, but you seem like a good brother. So
appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you on the live one-on-one.
I was in there last night.
Huh?
Did you see me last night?
I responded to you, bro.
Okay. All right.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something else, man. Listen, everybody. I don't say this very often. Troy, you said you're gonna have your own show and all that, and basement. Get you the Blue Yeti. Get you a Blue Yeti.
What's a Blue Yeti?
The mic.
What I'm talking through right now.
Oh.
It's the headset you got?
No, the headset is what I hear through. I'm talking through a microphone. My microphone way over there. Here's the microphone right here.
Oh,
okay. So that's like, what is that? You know, like that's like the Bentley of mics for podcasting.
Yeah, it is, man.
The Yeti, man.
That Yeti.
Yeah,
man.
I did see them too. I did.
Get you a Yeti and a green screen.
I got to work on that, man. I got to work on that because I definitely
a Yeti and a green screen. A Yeti and a green screen.
Because I definitely want.
I gotta say this though, Troy. You got the perfect name though. The Troy Graham Experience, man. That's what's up.
Well, that's already
he put it up there too. He put it up there too.
Yeah, it's copywritten and everything, man. I did my due diligence so far, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And it's
Man.
trademark too, so I own it. I own
Nah,
it. Yeah.
see, I like people that come on the show that on anyone, my show, anybody. I like the people that I don't agree with. Y'all make that. That's when that way we can really get it in. Everybody agreeing with each other and kumbaya, and then sometimes they get
Yeah.
Listen to me. If you walk through life and everybody agrees with you, that's absolutely wrong. How the hell are you supposed to? I'm not saying that you should just fuss for the sake of fussing. That's a fool's game, right?
We ain't saying that either.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying what I'm saying is that you see something and you disagree with it. Why can't you speak on it? Why you got to be labeled this, that, and the third? You got to get threatened and
Yeah.
I'm gonna come see you. How
Hey,
hard
bruh.
is it? How hard is it to find a 50-year-old man with a heart problem?
Man.
Hey, bruh. I don't know why you getting threatened though, son. I don't know why you getting
I don't
threatened.
get
That's the
threatened,
difference.
man.
Yeah, you do
Another
because I
level.
give pushback. Because I push back. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, I only had one person, right? But it was in the box in the DC group where I actually I wrote something on one of his posts and he came in my DM, but we hashed that out fast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my bad was heated, man. My bad was like, yo, you a this. I said, ho, slow down, fella. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well, look, man.
Yeah, they
I'm
don't know
pretty
what
sure
this
you had
about.
some. I'm pretty sure you had your father in your life, or grown men in your life that showed you how to be a man. And as much, listen to me, it's much better to air out a confrontation with a conversation than to just have a confrontation for no reason. Because
Yeah,
nobody
I mean,
wins in that case. Nobody.
but we got miles on the car. You know what I'm saying? We got miles on the car. You know what I mean? I'm almost 50 years old. But I look like out here boxing some 20-some-year-old kid because he mad at something I wrote on the post. You see him? You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't talking about no 20-year-olds. I'm talking about people now age group.
Yeah, well, you have people your age try fight you?
Oh no! Ain't nobody fighting me. They threatening me. There are a lot of people threatening me, but it's all with the same character. Wilder. Oh, you a hater? You Uncle Tom? I had to school. You know Uncle Tom was a hero, right? You know what
We're
you're
not
talking
getting
about?
into that. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that.
We're not
But
doing that.
yeah, but Basement man, you need to do an after dark show with that voice, man. You sound like old boy. What the hell is his name, man? You
Oh,
know he did Escape from New York. Remember him? Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes. I'm trying to remember one of his songs, but you do sound a lot like Isaac Hayes. You should do a after dark show. This is Basement After Dark, baby. Welcome to the basement. Watch your step coming down because you might not know what to say.
Oh wow. Your man
Hey,
is
this
really
guy.
he is really doing it today, Slim.
Wow. Boy, we can't. Hey, boy, this boxing can't start, can it?
Man.
Hey, when the fight start tonight, man? My man
Hey.
is lunching.
But they said Tank and Cruz both made weight, so we got to fight tomorrow.
They're gonna fight regardless. You think them boys gonna mess that money up? You crazy?
We got to fight tomorrow. What you guys think on that?
But they don't fight tonight. They fighting on Sunday.
Yeah, they fight tomorrow.
Man, I ain't buying it though. I ain't buying that shit.
That's the first thing he came out of his mouth. I ain't buying it though.
I ain't buying that. No.
Hey, listen to me. The only fights I'll buy coming up is if Crawford and Spence fight. I'll buy that. The last fight I bought, I didn't want to buy, but my son asked me to, was Floyd versus Shane. Waste of my damn $50, but it was his birthday. It was a waste. I ain't seen no fight. I saw a couple of rounds. After that, I see nothing.
That wasn't no bad fight. That wasn't a bad fight.
And then Shane said, "You the pound king."
No, but Shane said something strange after that fight. Shane said that he froze up.
Shane looked like he wanted to kiss Floyd after that fight.
He probably kissed him during the fight, but yeah, but Shane,
that motherfucker stood up there and said, he stood up there and had Floyd wobbly. Damn, Troy, you got feedback coming.
Oh,
that's me. My bad, y'all.
Yeah, he stood up there and had Floyd wobbly, and let Floyd come back and whoop his ass. Now, for the first thing he said when Jim Gray said something to him after the fight, like, "Yep, he's the pound king."
yeah, that ain't the first thing he said. The first thing he said is, I froze in the moment. This is one of my biggest fights. Oscar was bigger than that. He didn't freeze in that moment. So, which led me to believe he threw the damn fight, but he didn't throw the fight. I just felt that way. Oscar was big. Oscar was his two biggest fights, not Floyd. Oscar made Floyd. Oscar made Pacquiao. Sure. Hell, if he didn't fight Floyd wouldn't be where he is today, because Floyd couldn't sell out in Michigan before he fought Oscar.
Man, look, I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree.
You don't have to agree. The facts are there. Tell me what his biggest pay-per-view was before Oscar. None. Where's the answer?
Well, because he was up under Bob, and Bob wasn't promoting Floyd like that.
No, he was a free agent by then. He was free by then. Yes, sir, he was. That's how he got to fight with Oscar. Listen, that's how he got to fight with Oscar.
Was his first fight.
Because remember, Oscar would not work with Tom Rackins at the time, remember? Who do you think taught Floyd the game? Oscar did. Most of his fights promoted. Al Heyman Al Heyman don't know boxing. Al Heyman's a businessman. He don't know boxing.
But he knows business.
He don't know boxing.
He taught them.
Listen to me. Listen though, Oscar knows the business and the boxing side of it. He doesn't know. You could put them in. How do you think
Oscar learned the business, bro?
Not from Al Heyman.
He said it.
I can't say he know the business better than Al Heyman, because he sure ain't doing.
Because Al Heyman does not know boxing. He does not know boxing.
That makes no sense.
He knows business.
No sense at all.
He knows
absolutely.
No sense.
On what you're saying, right? Listen to this.
What Troy said is true. The Oscar De La Hoya fight did make Floyd Mayweather the pay-per-view star that he is. That's facts.
Okay, I'm not stating that. I'm not stating that.
Yeah, but he don't know the game better than Al Heyman. I can't say that.
Yes, he does.
Hold on. Listen, time out.
PBC Golden Boy. They ain't even a comparison.
Listen, hold on for a minute. He knows
boxing.
He knows boxing better than Al Heyman. Al Heyman is a businessman. Al Heyman is just better at business than everybody else around. That's why he got to where he's at.
Facts.
That's all I want to make. That's all I want to make sure we.
Okay. Let me clarify that now. He's not better at the business of boxing than Oscar De La Hoya, who learned from who?
You can't
Bob Arum. He learned from Arum. Okay, he's not better at the business of boxing, because if he was, then his fighters would be household names, and they're not. They are not household names.
That's where I disagree with you, Troy.
Yeah, I disagree.
Who is saying who? Name your people. The PBC fighters are not household names.
Okay, well there it is. Name a Golden Boy fighter besides Canelo. Well, he ain't even with Golden Boy
anymore. But if you take Golden Boy out of his life, he wouldn't be where he is either.
Who made Canelo?
Okay. Golden Boy did. Golden Boy.
Floyd made Canelo.
Listen to me. Let me honestly explain. Let me say this. Let me honestly explain that. Let me honestly explain how that worked.
Please tell.
Floyd was his coming out fight to the Mexicans to be this next Mexican superstar. Yes, but it was on Golden Boy. He made both of them.
Troy,
he made both of them, sir.
Troy, did you forget that when Canelo was up and comer, he was fighting on Floyd's undercards?
That's what I just said.
Golden Boy.
Those was not Golden Boy cards. No, they wasn't. Those were Al Heyman cards.
Them was PBC fights.
Hey, hold on.
When did he get known? When did he get known? On PBC or on Golden Boy? Come on now. Let's be honest.
He got known on Floyd Mayweather undercards.
When did he get known? That's what I'm asking you. When did he get known? When he signed with Oscar, correct? When he signed with Oscar.
Who was Oscar's advisor? Al Heyman.
That's not true ever. Why the hell are you gonna be his advisor when you two separate companies? Stop it.
Bro,
Stop it.
imagine something.
Stop it.
So if
Do
he
you
went,
remember?
hold on, y'all. So if Oscar De La Hoya didn't have no kind of contractual agreement with Al Heyman, then why was he going to court?
I don't know about the ins and outs. I know this for a fact though. One of them is Golden Boy, the other one is PBC. Why the hell would you be advising someone who's working against you? Why? Al Heyman used to work for Golden Boy. You seem to forget that.
No, they worked for him.
Him and Schaefer. How the hell you gonna work for something that you didn't build?
Bruh, listen to me, bruh.
Hey, man,
I'm not listening to you because you all over the place and you're wrong.
You all over the place. Listen.
Nah.
No, listen.
Who built Golden Boy?
Nobody was ever Al Heyman's boss.
Oh my God! Of course, somebody was his boss in life first. Come on, man, cut it out.
I'm talking about in this boxing game. He never had a boss, so nobody controlled Al Heyman.
Why was he working for Golden Boy then?
He wasn't working for Golden Boy.
Okay, what was he doing? Because he didn't run the company, he didn't own it. So what was he doing over there?
No, he showed them how to structure their business. He was outside advisor for all of them. Just like Mayweather got his own promotions. But who the Floyd answer to? Al.
He didn't answer to him. He got advice from him. Come on, listen to me, man.
And then
and if you go behind all of that is Golden Boy. That's my point. Go behind all this gold.
Do me a favor. Name me another person other than Al Heyman you ever seen hand somebody $100 million check at the end of a night.
I don't get into that, so I can't name you that because I don't care about them things. Next question. If that's what you care about, then hallelujah to you.
What I'm saying is
hallelujah.
You're saying the man that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. He had to have something to do with something if he handed him.
Listen, I said he's a good businessman, but he doesn't know boxing. He doesn't know boxing. If he knew boxing, why is his company struggling?
Who said his company struggling? What do y'all get that?
Oh my God!
Man,
where y'all get that from?
For years, man.
Where y'all get that from?
How come he can't get the fights made inside his own company?
Which fights he talking about?
Thurman Spence, Tank versus Russell versus Santa Cruz. Never got. He can't get fights made with his own people. That's the reason why he took all the fighters from Golden Boy.
Ain't there every company? All companies got fights that didn't get made.
Listen to this. Excuses, but no valid reasons. Listen, you just said that he is all of that in a bag of chips, but he can't get fights made in his own company.
What fights?
He could get the biggest fight in the world made.
Okay, let me stop. Okay, stop for a minute. Okay, you're saying all this about this. Please let me finish this statement because what I'm about to tell you is the actual facts. Right now in 2021, the number one fight and the number two fights are both fights that he was involved with. You go back to 2020, the number one fight.
And what fight is that?
The two top fights this year is Canelo and Caleb Plant, and Fury and Wilder. Both of them he was involved in.
That's the Canelo wanted that belt, and he had to pay him $40 million.
Canelo wanted the fight on PBC, my brother. He wanted PBC to do the fight.
Oh my God! No, he just wanted the belt.
Now, see, you always talk about you saying the facts ain't there, and he just gave you facts, and you sitting there talking.
What facts? Canelo wanted the belt. He wanted to be undisputed.
But the fact is, Al Heyman has something to do with the fight. Though. That's still the fact, though.
Watch this, Troy. All you got to do is look up the interview that Canelo did when he's ready to fight Billy Joe Sanders. And he said out in his own mouth in plain English, he said to everybody, he said, I never had a problem with PBC. Our problem was I stayed with Oscar because I was being loyal to Oscar, but I never had a problem with PBC. Once
you also never signed with PBC either.
That's fine. But he sure enough walked over there and got that $40 million bag, the biggest paycheck he ever got in his life.
Oh my God. Yes. He also was paid the most, and that's the most they ever paid anybody too. Who else they paid $40 million to? Not the Wilder. Not the Wilder. Okay.
You do know how Deontay Wilder's made over $100 million too, right?
I do know I don't give two shits because it ain't my money.
Exactly.
You don't like it because it's a fact, and you said you into facts, right? That's a fact. He just
listen to me. Listen to me. The facts are this all started about Golden Boy, and it will remain about Golden Boy was behind a lot of all of that. You take Oscar and you take Golden Boy out. There is no Al Heyman, and there is no Money Mayweather. And there is no Canelo. There is no Canelo neither.
You forget that?
You take them out. And on top of that, there is no Deontay Wilder either. Because he started where? On Golden Boy. He got his championship because of Golden Boy.
What is Golden Boy?
Okay. Golden Boy's out west somewhere, California, LA, wherever the hell the company is.
It ain't shit in boxing. Nobody care about.
Oh, really? And where's PBC?
Who cares?
Where's the PBC?
What Golden Boy fighter matters?
Who cares about the PBC fighters?
Everybody.
Really? Like who?
Hey,
like who?
Bro, listen.
Like who?
Bro, listen.
Who are the household names that the PBC has? Come on. Who are the household names that they have?
Hey, bro, a PBC fighter can stop their toe on the line.
Earl Spence is well known because of his car accident. And go on. Who else are the well known fighters that they have?
Man, I like this.
Adrian Broner.
You said well known.
Outside of Ohio, he's not known. Go ahead.
You out of your mind, man.
No, I'm not. Put it to the test. Put it to the test. Put it to the test. Bring him to New York. Bring him to DC. See if he sells.
Everywhere he goes.
Yes.
Y'all hold on for a minute. Did you just
yes.
Say? Did you say that if you bring
yes, because I said it.
He sold
of course
out
I know
in
that you said I said it.
He sold out in DC. He sold out in DC.
Who was he fighting? Who was he fighting in DC? Who was he fighting? No. Who was he fighting in DC?
Ashley Theopane. And he sold the place out.
Who was the headliner?
He was.
Who was he? He was the headliner.
Adrian Broner was the headliner.
And where did he fight in DC?
At the DC Armory.
Sold out the bar.
Okay.
And he sold out the bar.
Did he say out the Barclays? Who was he fighting in the Barclays? Who was he fighting in the Barclays?
Vargas and Mikey Garcia. Yep, Mikey Garcia.
He fought Mikey Garcia? He fought Mikey Garcia?
Listen.
Yeah, the dude that got an audience already? Okay, good.
Man, Mikey Garcia ain't got no audience like that, bro.
He ain't got no audience?
Listen,
Adrian Why did Spence fight him if he didn't have an audience?
I was there to fight. It wasn't.
Why did Spence?
It wasn't
okay.
Full of Mexicans, bro.
If Spence is such a big draw, how come he's not drawing?
So let me ask you a question.
Yes, ask me anything.
Since you say PBC is such an ashtray, who's better? Since they the worst to you, who's the people that you're saying are the movers and shakers in boxing? If they the worst, who's better?
Honestly, outside of Canelo and Joshua, boxing ain't got no damn movers and shakers. There's no superstars in the sport in this era. There are no superstars. Hey, I'm on the phone, man. There are no superstars. They are no Sugar Rays. They are no Hagglers. They are no Leonards. They damn sure ain't no Mike Tyson out here. So there's nobody.
Troy. Damn.
Oh man, Troy, boy.
Hey, boy. Hey, listen. You know, on this show, listen. On this show, man. When me and Black Star started this shit a long time ago, man, I used to go on there and I just had to just sit up here and say, well, fuck it, I'm going to play devil advocate. I ain't even got to do that shit with you no more. I ain't got to do that shit no more, Troy. I just bring you on up to the panel, man.
Who are the household superstars in boxing right now? You know, who are the movers and shakers? Go ahead.
Saying that PBC don't have no household name, and
I just said no. What I said no. I answered your question. You asked me who are the movers and shakers, and I said outside of Canelo and Joshua, nobody.
Okay, now,
that's what I said.
So tell me this.
Yes.
Tell me this. The Charlos can't go nowhere in the United States without being recognized.
What?
Earl Spence can't go nowhere.
They can't sell out in Texas, and they from Texas. Cut it out. The Charlos are doo-doo. If the Charlos were so big, then why did they cry about not getting fights?
What about Javante?
Jamal ain't crying about nothing.
Jamal, he's doing good for this era, sure. I mean, Tank is doing good for this era. Huh? He's doing good for this era, sure. Yeah, sure, he's doing good for this era.
He's a household name, bro. Everybody knows.
Yeah, of course he is for this era, but he ain't no superstar. He ain't no superstar,
though.
So you
said boxing only got two superstars?
Yes, they only got two real powerhouses. Two. And one of them is slipping real bad now. Joshua's slipping real bad, but you got Canelo still. Tank is not on their level, is he?
Joshua's a superstar?
On whose level?
Oh my God, Joshua and Alvarez are the only two superstars in boxing. Everybody else is beneath them. There's nobody else on their level. Who else is on their level?
No. Perfect. I'm glad you said that. Now, let me ask you something. They such a superstar, right? He's such a superstar that a former fighter can come out and fight a YouTube star and make more money than him.
That tells you where boxing is in general. You're talking about Mike Tyson. That tells you where boxing is in general.
So, okay, my fault. That means two former fighters got more money than him.
Right. No, but that tells when you say that condemns boxing in general, which I agree with you.
No.
Which also proves my point. Which also proves my point. There's no real superstars in the sport. Mike Tyson comes out and he's still a superstar. Still a superstar.
Troy, let me say this though. When you get into the whole superstar thing, that's like
they don't need no explanation.
It do because
no, it does not.
I'm gonna tell you
only
why.
In this era.
Why? What's this? I'm gonna tell you why. Because watch this. I'm gonna make a point with one person you already mentioned. Adrian Broner, right, can walk in any room. I seen this firsthand. Where he could be all kinds of celebrities in the room, all kinds of top fighters, even Canelo, and people will stop what they doing and go over to where he's at. I've seen it too many times.
I got to disagree with you because when he was in DC at Palmer Park Gym, he didn't get crowded like that. And Tank was there too.
Bruh.
Mark Two Chop Johnson, William Joppy, all of them was there. And I ain't seen nobody running up to Adrian like that, except for the dude telling him, move your truck, Joe, because you ain't in Ohio, man. It's going to get towed. And he's like, nah, that's cool. 5-10 minutes later, tow trucks pull up. And him and his boys had to run out there and move his truck.
Listen,
that's the only time.
Got big love in DC all the time.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but he don't get soft like that. I've seen him twice.
No.
I want to show you to talk to him. He's all right.
There was a fight at the Barclays Center. Canelo, Amir Khan, all these people that people knew was in the building. When Adrian Broner came out that door, people stopped what they was doing. Oh, AB, let me take pictures.
He was the main event for that day. It's not a look. Adrian is not a superstar. Nor is he a mover.
He wasn't even fighting that day.
He's not a mover and shaker in boxing, man. He can still put butts in seats somewhat, but you need someone that can carry the fight. Someone like a Pacquiao or somebody standing by him.
Boxing in the last year and a half, we've had an undisputed, unified, and many championship belts. Yet most fans are talking about fights that haven't been made. Sir Ken, you dead on. But see, I'm not complaining about where boxing is right now. We've had some good fights this year.
I always have something to say about where it is. I always have something to say about where it is.
I'm not upset with boxing is. Boxing came a long way in 2021. You are absolutely right.
You did?
Yes, we got plenty of fights, man. Listen. I think Google and social media done got everybody spoiled, man.
Mm-hmm. This is what I know, right? There's a lot of good fights that are out there, and I'm glad that some of them are being made, but there's a lot being left on the table as well. And there's no movers and shakers in the sport. I'll prove it to you. There's no movers and shakers in the sport.
You can't prove nothing.
Sugar Ray, let me finish. Mike Tyson could come out as he did against Roy and do what he did. Nobody will go up against him that night. Name me a current fighter, no matter what their status. Who's going to go up against a Mike Tyson fight?
You just said Canelo could, right? You just said Canelo could, right?
No, you never heard me say. When did I say that out of my mouth?
I'm asking you.
When?
I'm asking you.
No, I just said no current fighter will go up against him. It doesn't matter their status.
Okay.
Hey,
it
guys,
does not matter their status.
Hey, but
what are we talking about? I'm just getting back in here. I had to drop for a second. What are we talking about now?
You're talking about boxing has. Okay, listen. He asked me who the movers and shakers in boxing are. I said, well, nobody really outside of Canelo and Joshua. Boxing don't have no household names and no superstars right now. He mentioned the Charlo brothers. That's a joke. They are a joke.
Not movers and shakers.
Nobody in the people see moves and shake nothing.
Okay, but they got people over there with hundreds.
Nobody at Golden Boy moves and shake nothing. Nobody with Floyd moves and shakes nothing.
I'm asking you a question.
Me?
You say movers and shakers, right? Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Go ahead.
Let me say this. Now, when you say movers and shakers, to me, you're talking about a fighter that transcends boxing and is pop culture. Like a boxer that says, "Look, if I say this, it matters because when I say or do something, it affects the game." Now, if we're talking about fighters who have that type of power and influence, Canelo is one. Floyd still is one. Even though Floyd is retired, he still is one. Manny was one. Active fighters, I think it's really going to be Canelo, and you could say AJ. And I would say that, let me just double check. Out of those two guys, that's really about it. And I'm still going to say Floyd because he's fighting exhibition. So I'm going to say Floyd. Those are about the three movers and shakers that I would say you have in boxing right now. Did I lose you guys?
Nah, we here. We here.
Right. Okay. Hey, fellas, what about this though? We always talk about boxing now against boxing in the past and the stars of the past and who's viable and stuff like that. But in this era here, a lot of the pay-per-view sales has been affected by all the bootleg stuff that's going on. I mean, people can go online and watch stuff for free now. They don't have to buy pay-per-views. How much do you think that has affected the final numbers as comparison?
Killed it. The streaming game has killed it. There's nothing they can do about it.
This is what I think. I think pay-per-view is an outdated model. In this day and age, you shouldn't have a pay-per-view unless it's a huge, mega, the biggest fight of the century type things. And I think what has happened is that, I mean, this is what tonight or this weekend with Tank Davis and Cruz, this is like the 5th or 6th pay-per-view fight for PBC this year. And I think what you got to realize is that boxing it's kind of gotten lazy as far as it goes to how the promoters present it. Because it used to be you had Tuesday night fights, you had Friday night fights, you had boxers traveling the world fighting, and we don't really have that as much anymore. Or we had a big time period where that wasn't the case. And I think the big problem we have now with boxing is we have boxers who are not maximizing their opportunities. They're like
hallelujah. Somebody said it.
I don't know who said that, but like for example, I manage a couple of guys. Like I matchmake here when I can. A lot of boxers don't really maximize the like what they have, and they don't realize that boxing is a sport that it doesn't cost fans anything to be a fan of it. So when you have the opportunity to get their attention and to convert them into somebody who may pay money, maximize it. And a lot of guys don't want to maximize it because, well, Floyd didn't do this and so tweeted that, and they really don't understand like how business and consumerism works.
You know what? To be honest with you, I can tell you this. Back in the day, I can remember watching Wild World of Sports, right? When they used to do boxing on TV in the afternoon. And they always had a backstory, and they let you know who that fighter is, or they always told his backstory. And I think what's missing today with these current fighters is nobody can connect with them because we don't know who they are. It's not so much about marketing boxing. You have to first market yourself, and then when you're in that ring, your skills will market the sport and your talent, but you have to market yourself first. That's how these boys did it over here. The two white boys, Logan Paul and his brother, they sold themselves. And then they got all this money, and then they got involved in boxing because it's wide open and nobody decided to do anything with it. And that's what people seem to forget. Grassroots. It ain't about all this foolishness and back and forth. It's about grassroots and selling yourself.
Let me ask you a question. I want everybody to ask a question. I know, Troy, you don't want to answer this question, but I'm going to ask you a question. I'm just going to talk about Logan Paul. Logan Paul was the first fighter, right? The first one. He came out. His first big card was a DAZN card, Eddie Hearn. He headlined, and Devin Haney and Billy Joe Sanders was on the undercard. He lost that fight to a dude named KSI. Where's KSI at now? Nobody knows. Because KSI was on YouTube too. He was just as big as the Logan boys. But no, he didn't get the shot. Logan Paul did. You want to tell me why?
Back on the black and white thing again, man.
I'm just asking you.
Back on it again.
I didn't even say what color
it
KSI
could be
was.
In that case.
Okay. Did I say what color KSI was?
Okay, but you said no. But you said that I didn't want to answer it, so I'm going to answer it.
Go ahead.
I didn't know who I didn't know who either one of those fools were, to be very honest with you, before or after that fight. I know who he is now because he's fighting, but he's not a damn fighter. He's just a YouTube guy who puts gloves on. He's not a damn fighter. I got a 20-year-old son that'll whoop his ass right now.
Saying he lost.
Okay.
He lost.
Right. I'm talking about Logan, the 200-pound one.
Yeah, he lost to KSI. He lost.
That's okay, cool. But I'm saying that my son will whoop his ass right now in the ring, but he'll never fight my son. Okay. Right? Anyway, you asking where's KSI? I didn't know who he was before. So how am I supposed to know where he is now?
Okay.
Who is he?
Watch this. Before Jake got out there, before everybody, the first experiment was KSI versus Logan Paul. KSI won the fight. He beat Logan. He won. He's nowhere to be found.
Well, I think you don't want to confuse winning a fight with being popular or maintaining popularity. I don't watch a Jake Paul or Logan Paul fight, so I can't say that I've seen their fights or how exciting. But the one thing you have to do is you have to sell yourself or make yourself available and keep your name out there nonstop. Like you guys, I think you guys are probably all older than me, but you guys remember the 90s when all you heard was about Puffy. Puffy was dating, Puffy. It's the kind of the same thing you have to do because boxers got to realize you are an entertainer. Like LeBron James is an entertainer. If LeBron James just played basketball and wasn't in movies and selling shoes and making himself a topic of discussion constantly.
Right, you're talking about somebody who's the face of the league, though.
But not the face of the league. But what I'm saying is that fighters have to realize that their influence is important.
Okay.
They assume that, okay, I only will talk when I have a fight or when I want to talk about how somebody's avoiding me. But the one thing I tell a lot of these guys is that, look, if you live in New York, you have New York, that whole area over there, there's something that you can be involved in, some kind of social justice, some cultural. There's something that you can be involved in that's going to help build your brand. So why not take the opportunity? Like Muhammad Ali is known for being a civil rights activist just as much as a boxer. Mike Tyson is known for coming up in the same era in the time where hip hop and black consumerism was growing. Use that. That's the only thing I tell guys, use it to your opportunities because it's there for you. And it's even easier because now you have social media. So now you actually have opportunities to connect with like how we're talking right now. I never met none of you guys. I've never met any of you face to face, but here we are talking boxing because there is this network that allows us to sit together and talk. Boxers need to use these same opportunities to build their brand.
That's facts. Basement. Move this train along.
But listen, to answer your question, I just Googled KSI because, like I said, I didn't care who he was then, don't care who he is now, right? Mm-hmm. So I know he has 10 million IG followers and 30 million YouTube subscribers. I don't know, something like that. He got a lot of people following him on YouTube too, so I guess he's still doing good. What the hell does he do?
He beat Logan.
What does he do?
He beat Logan.
No, what does he do? He's not a fighter. So what does he do? Was he into music or what did he do beforehand?
I don't know. I don't know what he did.
Okay,
so he was doing the same thing as Logan Paul. They doing the same.
What I'm saying is this: they were all YouTubers. They all came from YouTubers. He was big enough for them to put him in the ring with Logan off the rip, and he won the fight. And he's just
my point is that he's still relevant, still making money. You were trying to say that, well, He
No.
won, and now he's doing bad. No, he's not. He's still doing good.
No. I'm talking about in the sport of boxing. He never got another
Oh,
opportunity.
he don't want to be involved in boxing. He don't have to be. Obviously,
Yeah,
he obviously doesn't want to be in the sport of boxing.
yeah. I think a lot of these guys got into boxing because they got a paycheck. But the training as a fighter is ridiculous. I mean, it requires you to do things that if you can make money sitting on YouTube or Instagram and you can get fat and eat what you want and drink and smoke, you're probably not gonna want to.
Brandon,
You might not want to do it. I don't know. Like I can tell you right
Brandon.
now, if I can make $1 million talking on like you pay me $1 million right now to talk to you guys versus $1 million to train and be prepared and get punched in the head, I'm gonna talk to you guys.
Brandon. Now, KSI beat Logan Paul, and then Logan Paul got a fight with Floyd. We all know that when it comes to this game, certain things go down by the connection of the complexion. It's a fact. Logan Paul KSI didn't get the call because he ain't the right complexion. It's a fact.
Well, see, here's my only disagreement with that. If
He won the fight.
Okay, but here's the thing. He won the fight. Now, if he beats Logan Paul and he
Main
has
event.
the right
Main event. Sold out arena.
So here's the thing. Then I blame Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather for not helping this man make his boxing career because they have more power than any black man has ever had in boxing. And if this guy can't make it, but Logan Paul can make it and fight Floyd Mayweather, then I blame those two guys for not saying, look, let's help this brother out.
Floyd and the Paul brothers had a relationship before that fight. Floyd and the Paul boys had already been around each other and already had a connection. He masterminded most of the stuff to set up for that payday.
Well, then that would mean that it's not about the complexion. It's just you didn't have the connection.
Yeah, I give you that. You're right. I just wonder why Logan Paul ain't fight. Well, you're right. Like Troy said, maybe KSI said I did my little thing and went on somewhere. You know what I mean? That could be it. Because I mean, he definitely got enough people that if he was voicing his disgust, we would know about it. Because like you said, the man got 34 million YouTube followers. How in the world do you get that many followers?
I don't know. Like this era of YouTube and Instagram is for a little bit younger crowd. So I don't know. I never followed them. Didn't know who they were until they became boxers. Don't follow.
Yeah, them. I didn't know who they was either.
Yeah, I couldn't. Like if Logan Paul and Jake Paul were walking down the street, it is a good chance I would not recognize them.
Nobody recognized them, but I do have a question for AKA the Apostle, right? You just mentioned that you said that Floyd helped out the Logan Paul and all them, right?
He did.
Is that what you said?
He did.
Isn't Floyd a black man? Why isn't Floyd helping out the black man? Huh?
We gave you that already. We gave you that already. I gave you that already.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
Because Floyd only value one thing, man. That's green.
Oh, so it's okay not to help your brother just as long as you're getting paid. Oh, I got you.
I didn't say I agree with it. I didn't say I agree with it.
So it's not the white man holding us back. It's just the black man who's only after money. I got you.
Start that stuff, man.
Don King said it before Floyd said white and black equal green. That's what he said.
What?
It ain't always the white man. There's the black man that's behind the scenes telling the white man, say, hey, this is what you need to do.
First of all, KSI fought on the Eddie Hearn card first. He was on Eddie Hearn's card.
Eddie Hearn, a white man.
And we ain't heard from KSI since. He won the fight. We still ain't heard from him. So Eddie played a role in that too.
And Shannon Briggs coach Logan Paul, the white man. Yes, why wasn't he coaching the black man?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Think I didn't know when I know. There's a lot of things that ain't right with me. Plymouth Rock. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
Hey, if you don't get out of here with this, man.
Wow.
I'm just simply saying that I don't buy into. Listen to me. I'm darker than most of you. I'm 50. I've been around. I know racism exists, but that's not always the first place I run.
Facts.
I know when it happens, and I've seen it. I've dealt with it face to face, and I'm still dealing with it. I still look like that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not the one that's gonna say the white man, the white man. I was in the military. I've
I
seen
was
it
too.
firsthand.
I was too.
Okay.
I seen
Yeah.
it firsthand.
I was in private school. I've seen it firsthand. I was in
Private
public
school.
school. Yeah, I went to private school and I went to public school.
Okay.
Yeah. Where else did I get the sparkling personality? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, something just happened. What just happened? Did your mic go out?
No, I just muted myself. I mean, because to me, it bothers me when I constantly hear the white man, the white man. Listen to me. If we, this is something I always remember.
It plays its role, bro. It plays its role.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but hear me out. Just hear me out, right? This is, to me, this is powerful. This is a scene from, a movie called, When We Were Colored or something. I believe the name of the movie is, right?
I remember that.
Huh?
I remember that movie.
Okay, so it came a point where the Iceman would come around and you put the ice in the ice box, right? That's blacks doing business with blacks. And then all of a sudden they created this thing called a refrigerator, right? And the white man came around and told them, since you on my land, you all of y'all going to support, us and buy this refrigerator. And they're trying to put the Iceman out of business. So they said no. They said no, and they supported the Iceman. What do you think happened? They kicked them off their damn land, and they had to move. But they found someplace else. Was it smaller? Yes. Did they have to work? Yes. But they stuck together. We don't have that today. It's not always the white man. It's the lack of unity, man.
I agree.
That's where it starts, because ain't nobody white, red, purple can move you unless you have some unity. But when you don't have unity, it's always somebody else's fault. Always.
I can agree with that. I think that is something that I think a lot of, and I'm not saying I agree that racism plays a part.
Plays a huge role.
I think one of the biggest problems that you have with boxing and racism is it becomes an easy default to blame. Like you said, it becomes an easy to blame instead of saying, well, what did I do to cause this to be the case? Because there are a lot of instances where the race card wouldn't be applicable in a situation that a lot of fighters attempt to use it. You know what I mean? So I do get where you're coming from, Troy.
I give you an even better example. The reason why most of our top players, basketball, football, whatever sport you want to say, go to white schools and not historically black colleges is because we killed them. The white man didn't kill those schools. We did. Integration. Why didn't we all stand together and say we don't need Major League Baseball because we have the Negro Leagues? We don't need your NBA or whatever it is because we have the 5 stars, I think they were called back then. We don't need your hockey league. We have a hockey league. We don't need your boxing either because we have Murderers Row. Why didn't we all stay together like that? Lack of unity and money. You don't see the French jumping in with the Germans and then cheering, yay, we crossed over and now we all buddy with the Germans. We the only culture that says, yay, we all tied in now to the white man and we should thank them and be happy. How many times have I heard that throughout my 50-year-old life? But then when I say things like, oh my God, I forgot the brother's name and I'm so sorry, that, what he did for baseball doesn't mean anything, but how he handled himself is. I'm talking about Hank Aaron, right? Is that what I'm talking about? What he did for what he
I don't know.
what he did for baseball personally don't mean anything, but how he handled himself does. Okay.
I can agree where you're going with, Troy. I mean, you make some good points there.
If you look at Floyd Mayweather when he was boxing, he pro black, he pro this, he pro that. As soon as he leaves, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was just a pro black.
Only thing he said was, if I was white, how much bigger would I would be? Is what
pro black, and that equals pro.
That's not pro black. That's not pro black.
Okay, but that's him crying. That's him crying. Name me another. Name me a fighter in history that was bigger than him as far as finances.
There are none.
I mean,
Thank you. So what is he
hold on.
crying about? White, black, or otherwise? Thank you. He was
Basically, what he's saying is
saying a load of shit.
they say, which they did though. They made himself. Him and Al made him the biggest attraction. Nobody helped him. They did it themselves.
Really? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Right? They said that they made themselves. How many black-owned casinos did he box at? How many black-owned gyms did he train in? How many black-owned hotels did he stay in? Huh? How many black-owned TV networks did he help form and fight on? So please don't say you did anything on your own. White people are all around you and are still all around you.
Well, guess what, buddy? Now, a lot of that stuff you just asked, they did do. They did build their own black networks. They did do all that stuff. That stuff they did do.
Name me the black-owned casino he fought in.
I don't know about no black-owned casino.
Name me the black-owned hotel that he stayed in Vegas and all that.
We don't know. But
because it doesn't exist.
Well, here's the thing I think that needs to be, I guess, emphasized with it. I think people have this idea that pro-black is the same as meaning that I am there to support black people. And I don't think pro-black means that for everybody. I think that pro-black means different depending on who you are. Because the one thing that we have when it comes to other groups is that black encompasses every ethnic group. And that ethnic group is varied itself, you know? So I think it can be very difficult because you have to go through all the rigmarole of figuring out who should be included or who should be counted. And then figuring out, okay, well, this means this means that. Because, I mean, when was the last time we had a black fighter fight in Africa other than Rumble in the Jungle? You know, you don't really have that. You know, you don't really have boxers who say I'm pro-black and
Black American fighter, right? I mean, a Black American fighter.
Okay, Let me. Black American fighter. You don't have it anymore. Now I understand that. Hey, it doesn't make as much money, or there's reasons for you not doing it, but it is one of those things that it is very influential and an opportunity.
A couple of things you did spill out there. Not to go through a whole bunch of rehashing and spinning, but a lot of things you did say out there about black-owned businesses and all that. He has helped start a lot of black-owned businesses, and he does support a lot of them. That they do. That they've done. They've done that. That's documented, bro.
Right.
That's documented. That they support a lot of black businesses. They look out for a whole lot of black artists and a whole lot of people that they just don't put it out there. But they do. They've done that. That's documented, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's documented, Troy. You know what I'm saying? The black casinos that I can't say, but black businesses and a lot of black businesses that he helped start up. You know, all around the country, all the kinds of artists and people that he looked out for. People that he's done that. They've done that.
Well, let me say this, right? As this grown man and father and grandfather, the only reason why anybody can run over you, I'm talking about police and a lot of other coaches can run over you and take what's yours like that, is because you're not unified and they have no respect for you. I'll give you a perfect example. I used to have a Jewish doctor over here in Baltimore. There's a place called Park Heights. Half of Park Heights is all Jamaican, the other half is Jewish. What do you think the violence is? Okay, so I'm driving to see my doctor, who's a Jew, and I thought my tire was going flat, so I pulled off the side of the road real quick with my grandmother to check out my tires. Next thing you know, 4 cop cars pull up on us within 45 seconds, and I'm not lying. And I'm like right in the parking lot of the doctor's office, and I'm like, "Can I help you?" They're like, "Well, why are you here?" I'm like, "I'm going to see my doctor. It's a doctor's office, right?" And they're like, "Oh, well, you know, we got a complaint." Oh, yeah. And I said, "Yes. Big black man with a scary grandmother going to the doctor is here to rob some. He's like, sir, that's not no. I said, no. Why else? Why else are you here? Why else are you here? And he's like, sir, you don't have to get aggressive. Oh, now I'm the angry big black man at this point with his scary grandmother in the car. He's like, okay, sir, thank you. You have a good day. No, fuck off. I don't want to hear that shit. No. Now, you think if we had some unity and actually had some power, that stuff would happen to me at all? What I do mean power, say what you want to say about Jews, homosexuals, or any other group. When it's time to vote and do whatever, they actually get together and have a platform and come together and say, this is what we want. This is what we can do. Black people just complain. He didn't do that for us, and he was a black man in office. Shut the hell up. Shut all the hells up. I'm sick of hearing that whining ass stuff. He didn't do this, and he was black. Okay. Well, I guess you're happy with the man who came after him.
But Troy, I think that goes back to more of. I think people have an assumption that because we're all black, we're all the same. Like you said about in Baltimore, they're Jamaicans, right? And
I said Park Heights has two sides to it. It has a Jamaican side and has a Jewish side. I'm Jamaican, so all the violence is on the Jamaican side. The expensive homes and the condos and the cleanness is on the Jewish side. The only reason to go to, but the track. What is a horse race thing called that they run every year? The third leg of the horse race thing.
Kentucky.
I don't even remember.
Kentucky.
That's not a Kentucky Derby. Something like that, but it's right there in Park Heights. That track is right. It's something. It's some big race they do every year, and there's 3 legs to it. There's three.
Horse racing, so I don't know.
I don't watch horse racing either, but right smack in the actual track is right smack in Park Heights on the Jamaican side. But nobody touches that track though. You can't even spit around that area. The cops will do some things to you. Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. What I was saying is that I think it's different because I think the problem we have when you say about black unity is that we also are we are divided. The only thing that makes us connected is that we're black. Like Haitians, Jamaicans, Africans, Black Americans, Afro-Latino. We all have the same physical features, but we're not united when it comes to everything else. Because we are actually different, I remember when people argue about Canelo not fighting a black fighter, and then some people will say Lara, and they say, well, no, he's not black, he's Latino. And it's like, well, have you asked him what does he consider himself when it comes to that? I think it's more in that vein of we are a very diverse group of people.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What the hell does the word black mean? Because I've never met a black man ever in my life. Nor have I ever met a white man.
Well, it's the same thing when people talk about race. It's a word that someone has used to say it fits a group of people.
Okay. And also,
that's all it is.
This word race doesn't exist when you're talking about human beings, because race, when you use race and you're talking about human beings, you're basically saying that there's another species of human beings that walk the earth, meaning that, let's say the Basement right now, he's a different race than me because he has wings. You have wings, Basement? Right?
No, but
you're right.
Race doesn't exist. Race is
I might be an amphibian, right? I could jump in the water and swim and hold my breath because I'm amphibian. That's a different race of human being that doesn't exist.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. Scientifically, race is not a scientific thing. It's a cultural thing.
It's ethnicity that exists. Ethnicity, but not race. So people want to use these things. Listen to me. In all reality, and I had these conversations with a lot of these racists too on these different panels, because I go everywhere and look for a conversation, not an argument. And I said to them, "May I ask you something, brother? You here supporting Trump and all that? Let me give you a list of the things that I am. I'm a father. I'm ex-military. I'm a working man, and yada yada yada. Now, This man here was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He came out and said he never held a job in his life. Who sounds more like your brother, me or him? It don't matter about his complexion. Who sounds more like your brother, me and him? And then a racist will turn around and say, well, you and I have more in common. But where the hell the butt come in, boy? Where the butt come in?
That's more of the argument about that's really the human tragedy for America, because we do that kind of crap. I don't disagree with you on that, but I think as far as it goes to boxing, the one thing
Sound like you need to be a politician.
the one thing we should do better when it comes to boxing is actually educating fighters on how to protect themselves. Because I think that's one thing about it is a lot of black fighters are the majority of the ones who are going to be mistreated when it comes to their contracts.
Okay, Basement.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just get heated over this. Listen, I'm with Major Key Boxing, just to let you know, right?
Mhm.
Okay. On Wednesday night, I'm with a boxing charity called Ring 10, and I put on first Wednesday of the month and the last Wednesday of the month, correct?
Right.
Okay.
I think with Ring 10, that's what's up.
Yeah, Ring 10 Boxing Charity. Now, we're in the process of getting together to build a national commission and a union for boxing. The next show, we're going to be talking about CTE. You all are welcome. If you have anything to add to that conversation, come over there. And it's the same thing you were just talking about. I can't see your name because it's covered up. Bring that same passion. Huh?
That's Brandon.
Brandon. Okay, Brandon, bring that same knowledge and passion to the show the last Wednesday of the month. Well, you the one on Facebook, right?
We
Brandon?
Send me a
Facebook.
Facebook message. No, but
Yeah, I'll send you a Facebook. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. You can just click on and you could come on and talk, because look, the people that I've dealt with have been into this business for 30 years, 20 years. And to tell you the truth, they're tired of knocking their heads against the walls. But here's the thing, what I found out. The good Lord works how the good Lord works. I had come to a fork in the road because I don't know as much as them, and I didn't know what to do. But the more I get around people and talk to them like them who have knowledge, I start seeing puzzle pieces now, which simply tells me that I was looking at it the wrong way, or I was looking at it in only one way. And that's what I'm gonna pass on to them, to get these pieces of puzzles together. Because it's easy to say you can't do something in life, but no one could ever tell you why you can't do it. And I'm a firm believer is you can't tell me a damn thing, because my ancestors walked across the country for freedom, barefoot with torches, with their children crying and dogs. Nah, you can't tell me I can't do so. You can, but I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to believe you with nothing in me. So you come over there. Yeah,
I would like to.
All of y'all can come over. I see when I say these things, he always come over and he be trying to promote. That's why I said, I let you know what I was going to do before I did it. Basement.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. It's all good. Hell yeah. We'll come over there.
You all welcome. Like I said, you send me the thing on Facebook. I'll send y'all the actual link. Y'all click on it, because you'll be surprised who pops up. Jerry Cooney, Chrissy Martin, a bunch of them pop up because they all want to be involved. This is Jerry was involved in starting a pension plan for boxing called FIST, but he never, he ran into some obstacles and he cut it out. But the more I talk to him, I think the good Lord is going to make him start that up again, man, because we need him. We definitely need him,
Well, my thing has always been, if there was a way, and I know part of the problem is you have too many people who get boxing license, and I think what would really benefit boxers is to say, look, you have to have so many amateur fights before you can get your license, regardless of the state of the commission. And then if you lose, 4 of your first 5 fights, hey, you're done as a boxer. Because obviously this isn't the sport for you. Because then I think if you get those guys out of it, then when it comes to the pensions and the insurance and all of that, the people who deserve it will get it. Because then you're getting rid of all the unnecessary, unneeded tomato cans. I'll say that.
Okay, well, I'll give you a perfect example of something that's simple that boxing needs, right? Let's say that I'm a fighter, right? I'm fighter A. I just fought here Friday night and I got knocked out, right? So I fought Friday night. I'm supposed to, now that I'm knocked out, I'm supposed to at least chill for 45 days, right? All of a sudden, I get a call come Thursday saying, look, we got a fight for you in Philly because the dude who was supposed to fight pulled out. How's anybody gonna know that I got knocked out last week? Because see, everybody has a different commission, and how do they track anybody? I could easily just drive myself to that fight, right? And I could take that fight, and I might get damaged and die in that ring. Who's gonna know that I got knocked out last week? How?
Well, that's what they were supposed to use Fight Facts for. Well,
Okay.
Fight Facts, and then they went to Box Rec.
And who does that?
Oh, some guy
Yeah.
named John does it.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot Jaleel Hacker fighting on the undercard of that Tank fight. My bad, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, damn! They made his fight. They made him another quick fight. Didn't he? Just fought 3 weeks ago, didn't he?
About a month or so ago. Troy, what's your name on Facebook? Troy.
Good brother Troy.
Because the name right here, then it came up with somebody else. Troy.
Hold on, I'm gonna go to Facebook now because I don't always remember what the pictures I put on there.
You don't remember your own name?
No, Troy is my name, but I'm talking about the pictures and stuff I have on there. Because sometimes I have my kids up there, sometimes I have some other stuff up there.
This thing say the one that came up said she's from C Pleasant.
The what?
Said lives in C Pleasant from C Pleasant.
No, okay. I can tell you what you're looking for. You're looking for a picture of Frederick Douglass, and there's some words next to him. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave.
Okay.
Knowledge makes a man.
Troy Graham, right?
Troy Graham, and you'll see a picture of Frederick Douglass. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. And there's another big picture with a black man in the water that breaks down why we so strong as black men.
Not coming up, fella. I don't know why.
I don't know. It's there because I'm looking at it right now. How'd you spell my name? Graham? Just like the cereal and the graham cracker. Graham, Graham.
I typed in exactly what you got up on this screen right now.
Troy Graham?
Yes.
Okay, well, I found me pretty fast. And so did
you. Should.
I got Brandon. Okay, go to Brandon's page then. You friends with Brandon?
I just may be. What's Brandon's name on this joint?
I'll spell it. Counttee.
Okay, I got him, Brandon. Oh wow. Okay,
you got on the black shirt.
Yeah, I got him. So I'm gonna go to his friend list.
Yeah, just type in Troy. It should come up.
Okay.
Politician. That's funny.
Who said that?
You did.
Did I?
I don't like politicians. I dealt with them. I don't like them.
You should be one.
Throwing up a meeting. I'm throwing up a meeting.
Listen. You may not like politicians, but you may be what's needed to be in the room with them to be able to conduct certain things. They always say the things you're most passionate about are the things you should be a part of.
Man, I tell you something. Nothing will get done if I become a politician because I'm too honest.
Okay.
And honesty doesn't mean I'm easy. I'll give you I'll give you something. And this is for you too, Basement, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's say if you had a conversation with one of the angels of the Lord. He came down, I'm just using this as an example, right? Mm-hmm. He came down to you and he said, look, I need you to save the world. And he said, but That's gonna you have to kill 500 million people to save 50 billion people. Would you?
I can you went out on the last part, Troy.
Okay, I'm saying that you were speaking to one of the angels of the Lord. I'm just using that as an example, right?
Yeah.
And he told you that he has a word for you. He said, "Look, the Lord said that you've been branded as a warrior to save the world. You have to kill 500 million people to save 50 billion people. Would you do it?"
If you got to kill 500 million people just to save
To save
500 billion,
to save 50 billion, 50 billion. Yeah. Or 5 billion. Just say 5 billion. Would you do it?
No.
nah.
Everybody dies then. You kind of missing the point. I would do it. This way I know that's a huge number and I got to live with it. But you know what? At least I'm saving 5 billion.
But how do you pick who died? But how do you pick who lives
Right.
or
Then,
dies?
how do
It's not. You know what? I don't even think that you have to pick them. You just wiping out. Let's say you gonna wipe out the entire. Let's say you wiping out half the earth,
Hey man,
and then you have to rebuild it again.
I think you about to get us banned off the internet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna shut up then.
They might think we on some terror.
Yeah, baby. But you about to get us banned, man. We both gonna come to all our Instagrams and Facebooks and be typing and nothing gonna come up.
All right. Well, hey, all of the comments that were just spoken were spoken on Troy Graham and have nothing to do with Benjamin Bossing whatsoever.
Yeah,
You know how many times I get the same answer for that damn question? Every day.
I mean,
I don't want to touch it. Basement, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Right. We'll talk about that off scene.
Leave it alone.
Dig this, man. What can we expect the results of tonight's fight, and what can we expect the results from tomorrow's fight?
I don't know if I'm gonna do a post fight tonight because I really gotta soak this. I got sciatica, man, so it's hard for me to move around. So I might just go ahead and just chill tonight, and just watch the fight, call it a night. But I mean, everybody expecting the favors to win, and most people, some people out there are holding on for an upset. So we just gotta see what happens, man.
What you think, Troy?
I'm gonna watch the fights tonight. Okay, so you said Sunday. You know what time Sunday is the fight, man? I don't even know what time it is. What time on Sunday?
Hey, the crazy part is I believe it was on during Sunday night football.
But listen,
it comes on the same time as football?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's well, you know what? I might watch it. You know, my game starts at 4:00 tomorrow.
Who's your
the only game that matters.
Who's your team?
Ravens versus the Steelers tomorrow.
Oh, y'all gonna,
that's
y'all gonna beat them.
Yeah, that's the biggest game in football, right?
It is not.
No.
It is not.
Yeah. Well, in the DMV area, it is.
It may have been. No, it may have been
a couple years ago.
Actually, you know what? The Washington football team fans are going to be glued to the set for the Raiders game tomorrow too.
Can I be honest with you? I pray every day that the Ravens and the Skins go to the Super Bowl at the same time, man. I pray about that. You want to know why? Because crime stops in both cities when that happens. At least, well, it slows down. All them damn murders we've been having in both cities will slow down. I was here when they won the Super Bowl the first time.
Okay,
I was here. There was nobody killed that night.
If you want to go that route, then I will hope for that. But I know as a fan of the team that I am, I will get no peace.
No, but listen, I was here when the Ravens first won the Super Bowl. My daughter was about 10 then, and I told her she couldn't come with me, but somehow she snuck in the car while I was getting dressed and up. And let me tell you what, all on the news the next couple of days, there was no murders. There was no murders in Baltimore. You know that? No. 1-1. There's a bunch of people flashing their breasts and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, think about that, man. If DC and Baltimore go at the same time, woo!
Be live. It definitely would be lit. It would definitely be lit around here. We would never hit end of it.
Never heard of it.
No,
You're a Cincinnati fan, right?
No,
huh?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You a Steelers fan?
No, I'm not.
Who you
Okay.
fan of? Who are you a fan of, Basement?
Well, unfortunately,
Don't say
yeah,
it.
unfortunately, I roll with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No, okay, they're doing good. They're doing good.
No, I'm just saying I'm not a Cincinnati fan.
Are you a Tom Brady fan?
Where you from, though, man? Are you from Ohio?
Yeah, I'm from Cincinnati.
Are you a Tom Brady fan?
Okay.
No, I roll.
How did you get in Florida? How did you make it to Florida?
No, okay, listen to this. This is what it was.
Please.
Break it down to you real quick. I used to be Bengals fan when I was a kid.
Okay.
After that last Super Bowl we went to, them guys got caught smoking dope and all that old dumb ass shit. I was through with them.
That ain't it. How'd you get in Florida?
Really?
I'll tell you how I got to Florida. I jumped on
Tampa
the road
Bay.
now. I went from San Fran fucking with Joe Montana. Then when he retired, I went to Steve Young. He retired. I went to Peyton Manning. So I rode with Peyton Manning from Indianapolis to all the way to Denver. You feel me? My man quit. I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna be the black John Madden. I ain't gonna have no team. I just root for football. So my cousin made me say, nah, man, you can't keep doing that shit. You gotta pick a team. I said, you know what? Fuck, at the time Jameson Winston was down in Tampa Bay. I said, I'm gonna roll with Tampa Bay. Took Tampa Bay. Next year they get rid of Jameson Winston, get Brady, win the Super Bowl. That's how I got down there to Tampa Bay.
All right.
But I hate the fucking Bengals. I hate them motherfuckers.
They winning right now.
I don't give a fuck.
They tore up them
Well,
rings.
yeah. Well, we had a bad, night. Who's your team? Lions, right? You look like a Lions fan.
He gotta be a Cowboy fan. Gotta be.
If I said the Washington football team being in the Super Bowl I would get no peace. You know who my team is?
Who's that?
The Cowboys.
Cowboys. Oh yeah, the Cowboys. Yeah, can't say I'm a big fan of theirs either.
It's understandable. I would love to play y'all in the Super Bowl.
No, but this is the truth. My parents been married for over 50 years. Oh, well, close to 50 years, right? And my mom is a Redskins fan. My father is a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, we get a lot of that.
Yeah, they sleep in separate rooms during the season. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, we get a lot of that.
Then I got a cousin who's a Redskins fan, and I had an uncle. He's the one that started all of it. He was a Skins fan. He was a Skins fan, and then he's the one that started all the Skins stuff. But yeah, I would love to beat y'all too in the Super Bowl. I don't dig the Cowboys because of their owner. Something he said a while back that my team is not going to kneel, and anybody that does, he's I didn't like that.
Facts. Can't dispute that. Facts.
Yeah, but y'all had a damn good game. Was it Thursday night against the Saints?
We look like trash out there, man.
No, y'all. Hey, that was a good game, man. That was a damn good game. A lot of fast moving parts, a lot of great catches in that game, boy.
But see, when you playing against a team that's pretty much decimated. Now, granted, we got a lot going on, but they are really decimated. Go get it done, man. Go get it done. You had to break the man's finger so he can throw 4 interceptions.
Who do y'all play next?
Oh, the Washington football team.
You play them tomorrow night?
No, we play them next week.
Okay, well, I just hope they keep winning until that point. Yeah.
Well, they got the Raiders tomorrow.
They're gonna lose to the Raiders.
You think so?
The Skins? Yes.
They beat basement team.
They did beat Tampa, didn't they?
Smacked them up. Smacked them on up.
That's because they played street ball with them. They didn't even follow. They were playing street ball with them. They were hunting that quarterback. They were hunting him down like, woo, they were hunting that boy down. I saw that game.
Well, yeah, fellas, let me go ahead. I done been on this joint. I know my wife about to hang me from a tree right now.
Boy.
Well, you have a good night. You take care of that sciatica, man. And I tell you what, I'm gonna close out like I always do. When Dillian White becomes undisputed, I'm buying you all a T-shirt, and y'all gonna sing "I'm sorry, so sorry."
Tell you what, if Dillian White becomes the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, I will print one myself with his picture on it and wear it on here proud.
Okay, I want you to record that, basement. Record it.
I will put it. Listen. I got a green screen, right? I will take that picture and put it on my green screen.
And listen, basement.
Yes, sir.
I want you to watch a lot of Isaac Hayes videos and get that voice ready for when he do his thing, so you can come out here and sing "I'm sorry, so sorry." Go ahead.
This guy crazy.
That man no good. Well, that man ain't winning no.
Hey, AK.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta wear your hat, homie.
Huh?
You already got the Stephen A. Smith going on.
Oh man.
You look like low budget Stephen A. Smith. Y'all have a good night, man.
Hey, hey, I appreciate y'all guys for coming out and joining me, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm going.
Y'all for joining me, man. It's been
all I can tell you, brother, is I'm not a Skins fan, but look, don't take that ass whooping personal.
And with that brother being gone, I'm gonna say this: I got Tank in a knockout, man. I think this one is not gonna last long. Tomorrow night, I got Tank in 5. I got Tank knocking him out in the 5th round. 5th round stoppage. If it goes farther than that, surprise me. Devin Haney and JoJo Diaz tonight. Boy, that's a hard one, man. I'm gonna take Haney in the decision. Haney in the decision. But don't be surprised if this is a close fight. Don't be surprised if this is a close fight. JoJo's not. He's not giving up. One thing about we didn't discuss about it on the show is that JoJo came. He started off boxing. He started off at 122. So he's coming up in weight into where Devin Haney is like. He's kind of like losing weight to make the weight at 35. So I don't know. We can see. This might be Devin Haney's last fight at 35. Who knows?
It's time to get it, baby.
Time to get it. I appreciate everybody. My good brother AK the Apostle for coming out, man. Kicking it with me. The good brother man, my good brother Tyrone. It was just so bad. Hey, Brandon Cunning, my good brother Black Star Sports TV 2.0. Subscribe to all them guys' channel, man. My good brother Sir Ken, Watcher. Everybody was in the chat. Bruce Goals. Everybody was in the chat, man. It was a list of people here today. But appreciate everybody for coming out. Roderick, he came out. He posted a lot of things in the comment section too, man. Appreciate that too, man. You didn't go unmissed. Ricky Williams, PGH Big Dog. Everybody, I appreciate you guys for coming out, man. And I don't know, man. I might do a show tomorrow, man. Depends on how I'm feeling, man. Depends on how good this fight is tonight, man.
Yeah, I might do a post fight if it's lit.
Yes, so yes, sir. Yes, sir. So hey, check one of us out post fight. If not, we might be doing something tomorrow earlier in the daytime, just to get you prepared for the tank fight, along with some little football too. You feel me?
Gotcha.
It's your boy Basement, man. I appreciate you for coming out, man. I appreciate everybody love and respect. Hit the subscribe button, like button, and I'm out, man. Peace.
Right.